Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far, and we are glad to be back, as it's been a little while. Hello, hello. We have a wonderful one-shot for you today, and I'm going to be playing that with these two gentlemen right next to me. We're going to have a lot of fun. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Daniel, aka Drunkrat. I'm playing Salon Jareth, aka Sal, the Dragonborn Warlock.
Hello, I am Jed. I am going to be playing Scrappy McRumbletoe, Halfling Barbarian.
Yes, indeed. We have, in addition to that, a bit of an announcement. As you might notice, Jed is new on our team, and this is going to be his very first one-shot together with the Gilded Flask. And if everything goes well, which of course we know it will, he is going to be a part of the Gilded Flask cast. And we're very excited for that. So Jed, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this. I mostly work in games. I work with indie game developers as my job. And as far as my experience with D&D, I've been playing since college. I've played in a homebrew campaign that my friend runs for about a little over 2 years. And I also run my own setting that for about a year. In addition to that, I like to paint little miniatures and make battle maps and all sorts of nerdy things surrounding D&D. So I'm very excited for this. I've never played online or in a Twitch stream before, so that'll be a first.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. We've talked at length already, like before this one shot, and we had a lot of fun with you already. Just also played a bit of Overwatch before this, and yeah, this first one shot online, like we're gonna have a lot of fun. So this particular one shot is a homebrew. It is a little bit scary, a little bit horror, a little bit everything. We're gonna have a lot of fun. You guys made some awesome characters. And I'd say let's get into the story and see how your characters will perform. So let me switch over the scene first, because we're still in the default here. But we're going to be playing the Carnival of Tears today. Oh yes. All right. So, also, like, I'm wearing white gloves because, like, carnival and whatnot, but I'm going to take one off because there is no way that I'm going to be using my mouse while wearing one of these. That's not going to work. So it'll be one glove today. All right. So, traditionally, there are a few things that are always in demand. Food, drink, anything ensuring survival, and entertainment. Ever since the dawn of time, spending some coin or other for entertainment has been a widely accepted practice. After all, one needs something to take one's mind off of things after a hard day's work. To this end, the Carnival was introduced, a troupe of all walks of life specializing in the odd and the extraordinary, traveling together from place to place to bring a smile to those in need, at a cost. Around Faerun, a couple of known carnivals exist, popping up near the great cities. The Witchlight Carnival, Marathon, and the Carnival of Brightbuckle, to name a few. But surprisingly enough, no one seems to have ever heard of the Carnival of Tears. Gentlemen, your story will begin, unsurprisingly, in an inn. The Dragon's Head Inn is a popular stopover in these parts of Faerun. And as the evening is settling in, two adventurers, Scrappy McRumbletoe and Salon Jareth, Sal for friends, are sat in silence at the corner of the bar. The dimly lit tavern was filled with the warm crackling of the hearth, the murmurs of a few patrons, and the clinking of tankards. But Scrappy and Sal paid little heed to the world around them. Their eyes were glazed over, haunted by the memories of a failed adventure that still sent shivers down their spines. Only days ago, they had set out with a brave party of adventurers, eager to face a legendary white dragon that had terrorized the nearby land for generations. The frigid wilderness had been unrelenting, with snow and ice as far as the eye could see. The battle that followed had been fierce and unforgiving. The white dragon, a dim-witted but dangerous beast, had descended upon them before they even knew it. Icy winds howled, and a massive shard of ice fell like a deadly spear from the heavens. One by one, their companions had been crushed or impaled by the falling sheets of ice, their screams echoing through the frozen wasteland. Scrappy and Sal had fought valiantly, but as the last of their friends fell to the dragon's icy breath and the falling sheets of ice, they realized the futility of their struggle. In a desperate bid for survival, they had fled, leaving behind the fallen, their hopes, their dreams. The shame of their failure weighed heavy on their shoulders. Now, with tankards of ale before them, they sought solace in the warmth of the inn and the numbness of alcohol. Scrappy's knuckles were bruised from pounding the table. Sal, who also lost a dear artifact in the struggle, sat in silence with his eyes red-rimmed from the tears he had refused to shed. Gentlemen, at this particular bar, you are currently sat at a table. To the casual onlooker, you are just two friends out drinking, but you two know better. Scrappy, to start with you, what do you look like?
Scrappy is a male halfling, messy brown hair, probably barely tall enough to see over the bar, about 3'1", a little haggard, kind of bits of like torn leather and fur, armor in random places, but it's less functional than decorative, and he's lugging around this two-handed hammer that's taller than he is, that I assume is leaning against the bar right now, and looking into his drink, and up at Sal, looking a little mix of forlorn and anger.
All right. Sal, what about you?
Salon Jareth is pondering what has become of his newfound patron. In the battle, a dear artifact, the Periapt of Luminescence, was shattered and destroyed, and in his hands he holds, and he looks for a shed of light, a single dim hope that he has of contacting that which gave him strength. Salon is roughly 6 feet, a little more. He's relatively small for a dragonborn. Very dark of scale and ragged of clothes. He wears only a purple vest and some tattered remnants. He fought bravely, but with the fleeing of the luminescence, so too has his bravery fled. And he averts his eyes from his friend, unwilling to think about what they've lost.
All right. The Muxville in front of you are about halfway drunk. This is where you start your story. What will you do?
How you doing, Sal? You need another?
I do not need any more of this drink. I need something more, but...
Turn around to the bartender. 2 more.
I could use
the bartender,
another.
who has a surprisingly friendly face, looks over at you two and says, "Coming right up."
What
was it that you need?
You know of the light that I was following, the path, the luminary. I mentioned it to you, yes?
Yes.
I cannot hear him. I cannot feel his presence anymore.
Ever since that thing was crushed, it's not the same person anymore. You used to be brave and could do anything. I looked up to you.
You were brave. You fought valiantly. You were fearsome. How was it that you could you come to no more than my waist, and yet you are 10 times the warrior.
It's not about the size sometimes. Sometimes it's just I'm better at ignoring and forgetting.
I wish I could be as what you remember. I fought with fire, I fought with passion, but that passion was not mine. It was theirs. I wish if I get it back, if I can reach out and find the luminary again, I might be able to. What could we do?
I mean, I don't know if that's even possible. You might just have to go on without it.
Even if I found him, what could we do? All of us were unable to overcome that creature.
Look, I don't know what our next steps are, but I'm with you, Sal. We got this. We'll figure it out, okay?
All right, Scraps. Aside from... Well, we've never failed before. I don't know.
We'll never fail again.
I wish I could believe that.
Not about belief, just say it and play along. I don't know. Takes a swig of his ale.
What is this?
As you take a swig of your ale and you're just sitting there conversing, behind you, like slightly to the side, the door to this inn opens, and in goes an orc, a foul-smelling orc. Not only because, well, orcs tend to not smell that pleasant, but there is this very strong odor of alcohol about him. And as he sways into the bar, he totally bumps into you. I'm not sure how far on your drink you are, but if you have a bit left in there, you might just spill a little bit of that. And as he bumps into you, he sort of sways over to the bar.
As he bumps into me, Scraps just goes, "Hey, mister, look where you're walking."
He gives a bit of a look over his shoulder, but he doesn't really get to look at you. He's that drunk. And he just says to you, "Gruel, drunk."
What do you think, Sal? Should we go teach this guy a lesson?
I think it is not worth it. We've got more drinks on the way. Do you want the rest of mine?
He reaches over and just chugs the whole thing.
So you were halfling, right? So this is like a normal sized pint. So that's quite a swig.
Maybe he spills some of it too.
Love it.
All right, I'm not going to teach him a lesson, then I guess we'll just keep sitting here and doing nothing.
You know how you get. We would not do to make a mess of this entire place.
Sometimes messes need to be made. Sorry, that's too soon. I didn't mean it like that.
I'm going to... I think I have it. If I still have the ability to reach the magic that my patron gave me, I'm going to use minor illusion to try to make a light appear in the luminescent periapt.
So, as for your choice how to run your character, you decided that you are indeed a warlock, and your patron was, you have a pact with the genie, and it was in a periapt around your neck, which has since been shattered, right? Because of that, your patron will be there, but contact will be hazy. It's like a bad reception on your cell phone kind of thing. So,
okay, cool.
Your magic will be there, but it might be failing you at the most inconvenient times. Ha ha ha.
Awesome. Oh, great. Wonderful. So I'm just going to try to make a light appear in the periapt and try to...
Which works.
Yeah.
Sal, you get your power back? It's glowing again.
It makes me feel comfortable, but it is not the luminary.
Gonna have to move on at some point.
Maybe move back.
Look, man, I'm here for it, but I don't know. I'm
I'm
your adventuring friend, not your therapist.
I'm gonna eye the guy who's stumbling around.
So the orc, drink in hand, sort of stumbles back to you guys. And as he reaches your table, he sort of brushes the bench that Scrappy's sitting on. And he reaches
back up, buddy.
He reaches for the table and just like leans on it. He looks at the two of you with, the quintessential drunk look where you can't look straight anymore, so you have to kind of squint one eye. He's doing that. We've all been there. And he looks at the two of you and is like, you. And he looks at you, Scrappy. You strong for a small man. Mm-hmm.
You weak for a big one?
Gruel weak today. Gruel lost everything.
Grew drunk.
Yes. Gruel did drinking and playing. Gruel lost everything. Gruel not happy, so Gruel need drink.
Yes, well, join the club. We're doing our own
thing.
He
sits
here.
down.
How about you? Oh, okay. Kind of give Sal a look. I'm just like, who the hell is this guy?
Were you gambling, my oafish friend?
Gruel always have weak spot for gambling games.
And this has led you to this state that you are in?
Gambling involved drink. Gruel very good at drinking.
It appears this
easy
time
to acquire skill.
It appears this time to have failed you.
Yes. You also drink. You want to play a drinking game.
Well, not normally, but under the circumstances, I have a feeling you're not going to let me say no.
What is at stake, my friend?
How about everything I still have against... And he looks at the shiny thing around your neck, which is glowing. Against that.
You said
So I think
that,
go ahead.
You said that you had lost everything. What have you to stake?
He points at his back, and there's like a battle axe on there, which has seen better days.
Look, we'll play your stupid game, but that amulet's not going to be part of it. That's important to my friend.
I would not part with this. Were I on my dying bed.
You pay for drinks, then.
Ha! We're not buying you a drink, friend. Have a nice day. Starting to get on my nerves.
Trust me, he may be small in stature. You do not want to get on his nerves.
I kind of grip the handle of my hammer.
Gruel slowly gets up and moves away from the bench. Gruel... Gruel not happy. Gruel, sorry. And he sort of like turns around and almost loses his footing as he does, and he has like a death stare towards the bar. And as he bellows out, "Barkeep, more drink," he sort of swaggers off there again.
Sal, I feel kind of bad now. That guy's at a bad spot. I mean, I know he's annoying and drunk, but I kind of relate to him, if you know what I mean.
I don't think he is alone in being in a bad spot. But what are we going to do? We cannot help ourselves, much less this stumbling oaf.
Maybe there's something else at stake.
The bartender, who has this orc in front of him and has a bit of a time deciding what to do, decides to do the right thing, looking as it's getting a little late outside anyways. And he reaches for a cord that is next to him, and he rings the bell, and he speaks up around the bar, and he says, "All right, everybody, final round for today, I guess. We're going to be closing up soon."
What do you think, Sal? One more?
Sure, I can get this round. You got the last.
And I'll get up and start walking over.
Okay. The bartender is currently very busy serving out drinks, as everyone heard last round, and everyone is like, well, I'll have 4 then, as it usually goes.
Sir?
Yes.
2, one for my friend over and myself.
All right, just a normal dragon's bitter then.
Whatever was in this cup before, I don't care for it.
All right, wonderful. So that's the previous 2 you had, these 2, and the one that the orc is having right now, right? He said that he's with you.
No, he is not.
I'm going to look over at the orc.
Recognizing a situation like this all too well, steps back a bit and says, all right, well, you deal with that while I get you your drink, sir.
I'm going to look over at the orc, sort of side-eye, and hold onto the amulet.
The orc is just intently looking at his drink.
I shall wait.
Scrappy, maybe noticing that it's taking a little bit long, just kind of turns around and makes sure everything's all right, but doesn't get
Scrappy,
up.
as you look around, you notice that the door itself has not closed just yet, but instead opens up a little bit more. And through the door pops a very happy-looking kid. And he just kind of looks around and he makes eye contact with you and he waves over at you and he says, hey, mister, hey, you want a flyer?
Kid, what are you doing here in a bar this late? But
do you want a flyer?
Sure, I don't know. And
the bartender looks over at this and he says, hey, I told you not to come in here. You're a kid. You should just get out. And the kid grins at you and pops out again.
Did I get a flyer from him?
No, you didn't.
Oh, all right. What was the species of this kid?
It looked human. And judging by, you've been around humans, you'd say that this kid, it's not an infant, but he's in his early teens. So, way too young to be in a bar.
All right, so being a foundling myself, I'd probably have a soft spot for this, and I'd peek outside just to make sure that he's on his way home somewhere safe.
All right, so you go out the door, or?
Yeah, I think I go out the door.
Sure.
Just
so
pop my head out.
As you look outside, the kid is still standing there, and he holds a stack of flyers under his arm. And as he sees you pop out, he's like, "Well, he can't come here. So, do you want a flyer, sir?"
Sure, kid. Hey, do you have somewhere to sleep tonight? Do you know where you're going?
Yeah. I'm just making my rounds, and then I'm done. This is my work.
All right. All right, kid. Just checking on you.
All right, great. Here's a flyer. Come and join the magical fun at the Carnival of Tears, where you are entertained without equal. And as he says that, he just very piply hands you a flyer.
Scrappy looks annoyed, but he just says, "Everybody's got to make a living," and he takes a flyer.
Right, you are, sir. So you look at the flyer,
and I go back in. Yep.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
And I go back in and I look at the flyer.
All right. So, looking at the flyer, it has a picture on it that kind of looks like a carnival, and the picture is very, very intricately drawn. As a matter of fact, it kind of reminds you of as if this would be a carnival at your hometown, or you don't really have a hometown, but the place that you've grown attached to. Other than that, the text itself underneath basically says the same thing as what the kid says. So come join the magical fun at the Carnival of Tears, where you are entertained without equal. It proceeds to list a bit of a direction, which is roughly into the forest that is nearby.
Okay.
What you notice is that this flyer, you would expect, would be written in common, because it's a flyer, you want everyone to be able to read this. But unless I am mistaken, other than common, you also speak Dwarvish, don't you?
That sounds right. Let me look.
As a matter of fact, one I know for certain, you speak Giant, because you've been among Giants.
I speak Dwarvish and Giant.
Yeah.
Dwarvish,
so it's written in Giant.
Okay.
It's not a common language.
It's not. I was raised by Giants.
Yeah.
All right. So this maybe intrigues me a little bit, and I go over to the bar next to Sal. If you'll permit me.
Yeah.
I'll just make way, essentially. I'll make a little space.
How are things going over here, Sal?
This man has many orders to fill, and we are not the first.
No surprises there. Hey, it's last call, and I know that I don't really know what we're going to do with the rest of the night, but any interest in a carnival? something to do.
Something
to get our
to-
mind off things.
Something to distract ourselves, yes. Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Might as
What?
well pop by and, take a look. If it looks like it's boring, we'll leave,
Was that the child at the door that told you of this carnival?
Yeah, it seemed like he'd be okay. Relate to him a little bit, looking after himself. Probably been in a few scraps too.
Do you show Sal your flyer?
Yes.
All right. Sal, as you look at this flyer, you see a beautiful picture of a carnival that kind of looks like it's in your hometown. The text underneath says the same as it said for Scrappy, which is, "Come join the magical fun at the Carnival of Tears, where you are entertained without equal." It's written in Draconic.
I did not know you spoke Draconic. What could read?
What's draconic?
I sort of look down at myself and look at him.
The language from where I grew up, the tribe that I grew up in. They spoke that as well as
speak
common.
that. No, I don't speak that. No.
Then how did you read the flyer?
The flyer in giant speak. You know that I grew up with giants. Stone giants, to be specific. In fact, this looks a little bit like my hometown.
Do stone giants and dragons speak the same language?
I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but wait a minute.
Wait, this image has the same huts that my hometown had. It is not. It looks very familiar, in fact.
Sal kind of thinks about this for a second. I don't know. This is starting to get a little bit creepy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Maybe just get our last drink and call it a night.
Maybe the drink is doing things to my head.
Maybe
I cannot
that
read
too.
giant.
Yeah, let's just take one to go, and we'll walk toward the carnival, see how we feel. Play it by ear.
Does the flyer specifically mention like how to get to it?
Yeah, it does. There are some. It's not a very clear direction, but it basically says there's a nearby forest, which is called the Forest of. DM didn't give it a name, and
That's
in
a
the forest.
very unique name. I like it.
It is. It's actually a very common forest name in both Draconic and Giant, if you would believe.
Wow.
DM didn't give it a name.
Notes to self: give forests a name.
No,
next time.
that's great. I like
Do
it.
we know how far? Do we know how far this would be of a journey?
It's like a 50-minute walk, so it should be
Okay.
very close by. And based on that, you might be surprised that you haven't seen it, because carnivals are rather big.
If I know anything of carnivals and festivals, they may have an inn or some place that we can stay afterwards. Might be good to clear our heads.
That's a bonus. I think I've got enough coin to get a room if we needed to for the night. So, you only live once. And I think once we get our last drink, probably just walk out the door with it.
All right. As you are handed your drinks in a to-go cup, which of course his bar has as well, because they're going with the times. You have your drink with you. You can proceed out the door. Before you go, you notice that Gruel sort of slides off of his stool onto the ground and is out for the night.
Should we get him somewhere? I guess he's not our problem.
Barkeep, what is the cost of a room for tonight?
Don't buy him a room.
Oh, and he's out of our...
The rooms are 5 silver, but are you honestly going to give that to the orc?
No, we're not going to give that to the orc. Look, I'm sorry that he's having a rough night, but that's not our problem.
I'll throw him outside under a tree and throw a bucket of water in his face or something.
You see
sounds
those lovely people over in the corner?
I point to the
Yes.
elves or whatever in the corner.
Yes, he's with them.
Right.
I believe he said that. Yep. And then we walk out.
All right. I guess okay. Gentlemen, have a good night. Thank you for staying. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, cheers.
By the way, every cup is a to-go cup if you don't have morals. That was not.
And
in
now it's
character.
canon. Now it's canon. I like that.
Well, I suppose we should find this festival, carnival thing.
Onward, then. Honestly, like, I was a little skeptical, but I'm I don't know. I could use some entertainment tonight, you know? Really just been bogged down the last few days and could just use a little celebration, a little fun.
Maybe if they have a medium or a psychic, I can ask questions.
If they have a psychic, all they're gonna do is lighten your coin purse.
I need them to lighten something. Maybe, sorry. They can become enlightened.
I'm loving this. All right. So you decide to go to check out the carnival, right?
Yeah,
Right.
headed down that way. Yep.
Taking some uncomfortable gulps from my cup of nastiness.
How tall are you, Sal?
About little over 6 feet. I'm rather small
Okay.
for my village.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm nearly 2
Dragonborn and a
meters.
halfling.
What about you? Thank you for our international crowd. What about you, Scrappy? Because like I imagine you're a little less tall.
3'1", taller than the average 3-foot halfling.
Fair. You know, the 0.1 helps. Like fair enough. Like on 3 foot, it's a difference. It's a 10% ink. No, it's not. Americans and you weird like numbers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right. So as you head out the bar and you decide to check out this carnival, you move into the forest nearby, and sure enough, after a little while, you come upon the lights in the distance that, if you approach, appear to be from a grand carnival. Now, I have to warn you, the next map can take a little while before it is loaded, so give it a second.
The music started.
Sal, my legs are half as long as yours. Can you slow down a little bit?
Sorry, I'm wondering what we will find in this carnival, so I will slow.
It's all right. I don't think you're gonna find any answers here. It's just a distraction, okay, buddy?
Right, just a distraction.
I just want to quickly check, is it loaded in for the
It
both
is
of you?
loaded. For
It
me.
is, yeah.
Wonderful.
It's very big.
So on your way, this is a very big map. On your way towards the carnival's entrance, you find yourselves treading amongst a caravan of arrayed carts and wagons. Some of those are empty, while others are loaded with equipment such as provisions, tools, and clothing for the traveling troupe. The wagons appear to serve as mobile homes for the carnival's performers. You also notice some leftover leaflets lying around, scattered upon the ground. Apart from you, there is currently no one else in the vicinity.
Can I ask what language the leaflets are in?
When you look at them, they're all written in Giant.
Okay. What do those look like to you, Sal? What? Can you read them?
They look identical to the one that I read before.
There's some creepy magic going on here. This is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna look around. Is there any living soul in sight?
As you are approaching the gate of the carnival, no, but from within the carnival, you can hear some laughter. You can hear some loud voices, though muffled, because it's within the carnival. And you can hear a bit of music blending in together with one another. There's some incoherent noises that you can hear, and altogether they sort of form a very enthusiastic chorus of sounds. The shadows of people dancing and moving around in the interior can be seen projected upon the fabric of a couple of tents that are just reaching above the outer gates. As you approach the closed curtain that marks the entrance, you notice that there is a small tent with a wooden kiosk in front of it. And as you are looking for a living soul, you notice that behind the desk, there is a very peculiar looking fellow writing briskly upon a big ledger.
Hey, I think we were, are we in the right place? I think we were supposed to come for like a big raucous carnival, but the place is a little spooky.
You asked that to this guy?
Yeah.
All right. So as you approach, you say this, like he's hunched over writing, and he's just mumbling to himself.
Nobody ever listens. They can't help themselves, can they? They just gamble it all away and... Oh! Apologies. What do we have here?
No,
And it hunches its back as much as possible to take a good look at you. I mean, the desk is a little higher, so he kind of has to lurch over it a little bit to look at you. More visitors?
We've received this strange flyer that looks different from different ways or something.
We've had a bit of a rough few days. If you got any, rides or shows, something like that, just get our mind off things would be great. Not much coin to spend, but just here for a little bit to have a good night. Got something like that inside, or?
Yes, you have found the the Carnival of Tears, and this is the grand entrance as he points to the wooden pillars that hold two curtains in between that are closed at the moment. If you are looking for entertainment, I guess that you have found it. My name is Nestor, and I will be helping you to get through these curtains. Now, he coughs as he puts on some reading glasses, and he lifts up a bit of parchment in front of him. You are advised to leave the carnival's premises with at least one token on your person so that you can return to the carnival in the future. If you haven't been to the carnival before, you need to sign a paper that clarifies that you understand and respect all of the carnival's rules. Upon doing so, you'll receive a token that allows you to enter. You can gamble this token by participating in various games and activities in order to earn more tokens. If you lose your token, you will not be recompensated. Is everything clear so far? He says as he looks over to you.
Sure.
How?
Yeah, sure.
If we lose the token, is there no way to get another token? How?
I've never been to a carnival, but I just assume this is pretty normal.
Yes.
Okay.
No, what? Well, in mine they use animal hides, but tokens work fine.
Yes. It's like we prefer not to use coin. It gets nasty, and people get into scraps and all that. To just ensure that everything is fine, I have over here, and he reaches for a stack of paper that he has on the desk. I have over here like a bit of a thing. Here you go, one for you and one for you. If you could just please read this with me, and then carefully sign your name on the dotted line over here. And he hands to both of you a contract.
Okay. I skim through it. And then I sign it. I sign it with a different name.
Do you want to read it first? Let's go through it. All right.
Yeah.
Jack's Marvelous Carnival of Tears. Terms of agreement. Read carefully. We want your tokens, not your coin. The carnival tokens is the only acceptable currency inside the carnival. Anything you purchase through the exchange of tokens will be yours to take with you. You are not allowed to take more than a single token with you as you leave the carnival. Please be wary of any party attempting to bargain with you through currencies other than the carnival tokens, and know that they do not belong to the carnival's personnel. In and out. Once you enter the carnival, you may only leave it once. This is a measure taken in order to ensure the safety of our customers, as well as keep the mystery of the carnival's performances. Congratulations. Now move on. To participate in a competition, you have to bet a carnival token. Should you win, you shall receive another token in return. Should you beat a particular game 3 times in total, you will become allowed to exchange the 3 tokens you have earned for the competition's grand prize. By doing so, you shall receive the said item as a reward and be therefore considered to have won the particular competition. You will not be able to participate in it again for the rest of your visit. That would be convenient, right? We are proud to feature the most accurate fortune teller in the world. Any question you might have, Jack of Tears has an answer for it. Entering his tent will cost you a carnival token. Should you decide to enter Jack's tent, you will not be able to participate in any further activity inside the carnival and will be required to leave it right afterwards. Gambling isn't fair if you know the future, right? And we don't want you telling others either. And lastly, don't be a poor loser. Inciting any kind of violence other than what is required for participating in the carnival's games will not be tolerated. Violators will be removed from the carnival's premises and have their carnival tokens and earnings taken from them. And don't be a cheater. The use of magic is strictly reserved for the carnival's operators. Any visitor who attempts to cast a spell or cheat during a competition in any way shall be immediately removed from the carnival's premises and have their carnival tokens and or earnings taken away from them. Have fun. Just that. Have fun. I, name required, understand and agree with the Carnival's terms and hereby accept any repercussions upon failure to comply with them, including loss of my tokens and or other earnings. Signature required.
So I'm looking at this, and Scrappy looks up at the guy. So how do we get these tokens?
You get the tokens upon signing. It's just a standard procedure. This is just for the security and safety of my colleagues as well as the people visiting. It just makes sense. Just if you sign, you can go in, you get your tokens.
Perfectly normal to me. We're
So-
just here for a good time, and I signed it, Pappy McKnucklebone.
Okay.
If you are to leave, you should keep one to come back, is what you said. But it also says if you leave, you cannot come back. Only once may you leave.
Don't overthink it, Sal. It's standard carnival stuff, I think.
Once you will find us again somewhere in the world, we are traveling.
Do you have
Next time
facilities?
you find us.
We won't find you again. We're just here for the night. It's just in and out, good time. That's all.
Then by all means, spend your tokens and
Thank
have
you.
fun.
Thanks.
Wonderful.
That's what I'm
Do
looking
you
for.
do you have facilities to relieve yourself inside so I do not need to leave and come back?
That's a good question.
He looks at you with a very puzzling face and he says, "You have trees, I guess?"
That's a pragmatic
fine.
question. I don't no need to be offended.
I'm not offended. It's just you're the first asking this.
No,
I might have to speak to the carnival master to add that.
Surprised that other people are so careless when they come in. Can you imagine just walking up and signing this thing and going in
Yes.
without asking if there's facilities inside?
What if you had to use the restroom or the bathroom and you go inside and then you have to leave to do that
Yeah,
and you cannot come back?
just just planning, just basic planning.
I will speak to the master of the carnival and make sure that that will be arranged. You might have a good point.
Fine. And if I am to talk to, I'm talking to Scrappy. If I am to talk to this Jack of Tears, I need to do it
Yeah.
at the end before. I don't want to get kicked out before any games. But I need to
That's
talk to
fine.
Jack.
That's fine, Sal, but nobody can really tell the future. It's just a bunch of tricks.
There is magic in this world that I do not
Sure.
understand.
Nah. I think it's just a big old hokey promise. Nothing more.
I'm gonna fully sign with name in both places.
All right, your own name, right?
Yes, Salon Jareth.
Ready. As you have signed the documents, you hand them back to Nestor. I imagine you do, right?
Were the documents in common, by the way?
They were, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good question, by the way. Again, you're the first one to ask. Sure. So they were indeed in common. So as you sign them, they are taken back by Nestor. And Nestor carefully looks at them and says, all right, that's fine, good. They can go on the stack here. And he puts them on the stack. And he points at the curtain and he says, all right, well, you're all good to go. You can just go through and have fun.
When do we get the tokens?
They'll all be arranged inside.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, onward then.
It is very strange that they had us sign this. We could have just entered. It's a carton.
And
I don't know. I think it's fine. I guess I don't know anything. Probably normal,
you-
right?
As you part the curtain, you see a beautiful carnival in front of you. Feel free to walk through.
I'm gonna hold the curtain open for Scraps.
Alrighty.
Loading.
Yes. Give me 1 second to make
No
this happen.
worries. All right. Ooh, cool music. Oh, God, I love that music. Out of character. I'm loving this. This is so cool. This is like full on. I could totally have seen this in the Curse of Strahd as just like something that you came across
Yeah.
in Barovia.
So, and I think I already told you guys, but this is all made by me, including the map. So I hope you guys will enjoy it.
That's great so far.
So as you walk inside, you see in front of you a grand carnival.
I see blackness.
No, you don't.
See fire. Oh, there we go. Okay.
More to come. Give me 1 second, because this is a bit of handiwork.
Oh, wow. It just keeps going.
Wow. All right.
So what I can see, the stream can see. So I've been avoiding like just fully scrolling back, but goddamn. I mean, gosh darn.
Feel free to zoom out.
This is big. Oh, creepy tunnel track in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. How big were the walls surrounding this place? Or is it all enshrouded in like an actual tent?
It's no, they're walls, and they're ones that are about scrappy height. But the funny thing is, if you were to look over the walls, it was kind of like foggy, but now that you step through, it is clear as day.
Okay. All right.
So like the Ferris wheel and everything. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you like the Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
I've been busy with that for so long to make it look like an actual Ferris wheel.
That is so
Nice.
cool.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
All right, so the wide array of colors is more than the eye can comprehend, mixing together in a festive palette. A cacophony of sounds hangs over the carousing crowd of the numerous visitors. Countless voices of joy, awe, disappointment, and exclamation are framed by jolly carnival music. Among the crowd, you notice individuals of different backgrounds and races indulging themselves in a variety of games and peculiar activities. Some are watching a pair of halfling acrobats perform a breathtaking stunt, while others are astonished by the sight of a snake wearing a fez. Meanwhile, an ironclad knight is enjoying candy floss. It looks delicious. At the center of it all, a huge bonfire sheds its warm, bright light into the interior of the carnival's grounds.
See, Sal, this is what we needed. Just a good, fun night, not ominous at all, just to have a good time and get our mind off things. And I look around and I try to... is there like a guard or anything nearby that I could ask where things are?
Well, funny you should ask, because as you look in front of you, you notice, like, amongst this crowd, one very peculiar creature. It looks kind of like a humanoid skeleton, slowly riding an old school bicycle towards you. You know, one of those ones with like a big wheel in front and a very tiny one at the back. The creature is dressed in a valet outfit while holding a top hat and a cane. As it draws near, it assumes sort of like a ta-da pose. And he looks at the two of you with his hollow eyes and he says,
Greetings. I am Atribus, your attendant into the magical world of entertainment.
and he lifts up his top hat.
I look up at Sal. See, this is what we needed. This is great. Look at this guy.
Atribus, our attendant.
Yes.
Are you work with the carnival, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, we heard something about tokens. Where do we go to get those?
Yes. We need these
He's
tokens.
holding the rim of his top hat and he says,
The tokens, are they not already in your pocket?
Oh, that guy had friends. He said we go through here, we get the tokens.
That's peculiar. They should be in your pocket.
Put my hands in my pocket.
I don't have anything in my pocket. I reach into my pocket.
you both have a token there.
Someone has placed this in my pocket without my awareness. Scraps, you have one too?
I do. Yeah, these are some good illusionists. Yeah.
What does it look like? Is it like a coin?
Yeah, it's kind of like a coin. Like, it's definitely metal, and it looks kind of like a coin. And on one side, there is like the shape of a teardrop, and on the other side, it has like a bit of like a, I wanted to say a pitch tent, but it's not exactly the right imagery. It looks like a carnival tent.
Okay. Picked up.
I happen to have a gold coin, so
Nice.
Yes.
So I look up this skeleton. First things first, can you point us in the direction of the bar? Where can we get a good drink?
There are so many wonderful things you can do here. If it's drink you want, one of the games should suit your taste. I am here to make sure you have a good time. You are
first visitors, yes.
Yeah, I suppose.
I have never heard of a
By all
carnival such
means.
as this.
Then by all means, I am your humble servant in the magical world of entertainment, he says as he lifts his top hat once more. Shall I give you the grand tour, or would you prefer to explore yourself?
What do you think, Sal?
I think you should take us to the place with the drinks.
Yes. I like the way this
Well,
guy
it's like-
thinks.
As luck would have it, that is a first on our list. And he sort of like turns the bike around and he lifts up his cane a little bit and he says, "Follow me." And he bikes in front of you.
This is very strange.
I follow, yeah.
Scraps.
I follow. I think this is great. You can look at this guy. He's a skeleton with a top hat.
Do you
What
think
more
this
could you
is
ask
where
for,
the-
honestly?
The drunken oaf from earlier came from?
Seems possible. I mean, if a night like that is in our future, that's not the worst one to have.
Yes, I suppose.
So Atropos stops in front of the very first tent that is in the circle over here. And he points at the tent flap that is only slightly open. He says, "If it's drink you want, then this place should suit your taste. This is our very, very fair drinking game called Kobold or Go Home. If you'd like it."
I do not understand.
"Have a look inside," he says. And he like lifts the flap of the tent aside.
The man at the front said there was a way to get more of these.
Yes. You can play a variety of games in our carnival. Win and you get another token.
Lose, and we lose the token?
Yes. But it's a free token, right?
Yeah, that's true. And I think they said something about a grand prize. Do you know what that is?
You win 3 times in a row and you can exchange the 3 coins you won for the grand prize.
I got that part. Yeah. The what is the grand prize?
That depends on the game you play, small master.
Oh, they'd like to be
Over
cryptic,
here.
don't
Over here. At Kobold or Home, you can win the Mug of Holding.
they? Mug. I have mugs.
Ah, but this is no mere mug, master. This Mug of Holding will never empty, no matter how much you drink of it.
That sounds good. And I head straight in.
Scraps, I'm coming.
So as you head into the tent, you notice that there is this scrawny-looking brown kobold sitting there at the bar with a pint. It seems rather spaced out in the tent itself, but the kobold is fitting because he looks rather spaced out as well, with his eyes fixated into nowhere. The odor of alcohol permeates your nostrils in this tent. There's 2 pints on the table, one in front of the kobolds, and one in front of an empty stool. Next to it, there's a large barrel with a dripping faucet. Opposed to where the kobold sits, there is currently a vacant stool with that beer there. Atropos just sort of like looks into the tent from his bike, and you can barely see like the part of his skull, and he says, "Would you like to know the rules?"
Sure, top hat skeleton guy.
"It's Atropos, your attendant and servant in the magical world of entertainment." And he lifts his top hat.
You got it, Skelly.
"Yes. It's very simple. Drink more pints of ale than your kobold opponent."
I mean, you're joking, right? This is gonna be easy.
How many pints of ale can he drink?
"Oh, quite a lot, but then again, so can you, I am sure of it."
Us combined, we have to drink more, or just one of us.
"Oh, it's just per person, but
Okay.
should one of you fail, there's nothing in the rules about sharing your token, so you can have another go at it."
I look over at this kobold, and I ask it, "How much can you drink?"
"Drink? It's all I do is drinking. I could drink 1, 2, 3. More than 3. Yeah, more than 3.
He's sober enough to count, so that's not a good sign. But Sal, what do you think? I got this guy, right?
If there's anything I know of you, it is that you are very skilled at drinking, among other
All
things.
right, then. That settles it. And I go over and I sit down on the stool.
Atropus like lowers his head once more, like through the tent flap, and he's like, would I be able to take that token off of you then? He extends a bony hand into the tent.
Sure. And I just hand it to him.
Wonderful. Good luck.
I don't need luck.
He is going to drink the kobold under the stool or table.
Yes. All right, so, Jed, what we're going to do is I need you to make me a consecutive Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And we're going to see who does best.
Okay. As I sit down at this table,
Yes.
You see Scrappy just kind of like shake a little bit and get ready, and you just hear this loud. And as he does this, he doubles in size, and standing before you is a double-sized halfling, about a little over 6 foot tall. All right, I'm ready now. Let's go.
So that's technically not magic; it's an ability, right?
It's an ability. It's not
Yeah,
magic.
I'll allow that.
So I'm
smart.
raging now, and yeah.
All right, give me a Constitution saving throw, my friend.
Yep. Beyond.
He has become his
Why
true
would I
form,
see this?
a holing.
Oh, that's such a dumb joke. Okay. All right, what are we doing? Constitution save throw.
Constitution
First
saving
one.
throw, yes.
First one is a 12.
All right, you make it. The kobold and you both gulp down the pint of beer, and both of you are staring at each other like, another one. So, give me another Constitution saving throw.
All right. Also 12.
Somehow, you still manage to do it. This one hits you a little differently, though. You notice that, even though it's beer, it kind of feels like this is a specialty beer all of a sudden, like it's a little heavier. But you and the kobold both stay unwavering, and you make it through to the second round.
Quite an interesting brew here.
Yes, I like it. I better. It's my work after all. Another one?
Of course.
All right, give me another one.
This one is an 18.
All right, you actually beat the kobold. The third one, he drinks down, and like 3/4 in, he puts the mug down and he says,
How do you drink so fast? You
I'm
were
not
tiny.
really sure what you expected. All I do is drink too. And then and then you see as this 6 foot halfling shrinks back down to 3 foot tall. Have a nice day, kobold.
As you walk out the tent, you do feel a little tipsy from these drinks, but the second you step out of the tent, you feel perfectly fine again. And Atropus looks at you, and even though he does not have the facial muscles to show you a grin, he's basically always smiling, because that's the great thing about being a skeleton. And as he looks at you, he says,
Oh, well done, master.
that is 2 tokens. Your previous one, and the one you won. Congratulations. Would you like to continue?
I think we should do whatever Sal wants to do. I had my fun.
Are you just drank a lot. How are you feeling? Are you tired?
Surprisingly, I feel fine. You know me, I can handle my liquor.
Yes. Do you have anything involving jewel crafting or making?
Jewel crafting, not so much. But we have skill-based games, if that's what you're after.
Yes. What kind of games? What other offerings do you have?
He turns his bike around and he carts over to the next tent. And as he does, you also notice that next to the second tent, there is a giant podium. And on that podium is a very big troll standing there.
Pay him no mind. That is the next game we'll cover.
First, let's have a look at this tent. Now, this is a test of skill. Something that everyone likes. Yep.
As we walk past the troll, I kind of mutter to Sal, and I'm like, looks like an uglier version of my cousin.
Your cousin must be very ugly indeed.
So Atropos pulls the flap of the tent aside, and inside you see a very bulky gnoll with a very edgy mohawk on his head, and he's standing right in front of the entrance, his arms crossed over his chest. And apart from the very provocative look that he's giving you, you also notice that he has a big toe on his right foot that is swollen red. And next to it, there is an incredibly old goblin sitting on top of a wooden platform, raised at the height of the gnoll's shoulder. Atropos looks back at you and he says, "Ah, one of my favorites. Now this game, masters, is Whack-A-Gnoll."
Oh, jeez. Okay.
This seems to be of Scrappy specialty as well. Would you like to try for another? How do you play this game?
Yeah, that's probably. What we should
It's
ask
pretty
first.
simple. Hit the gnoll's toe with a mallet hard enough for it to yelp and deafen the goblin next to it.
You're a big guy. I think you got this, Sal.
I have a question, Atropos, our servant in service of entertainment. Where is Jack of Tears?
Well, Jack of Tears is the owner and proprietor of the carnival. Should you wish to visit him, his tent is nearby, but do note, once you have visited him, you have to leave.
Yeah, remember
Yes.
you said you wanted to do that last. So.
I'm worried about losing my only token. I will try this
Here.
game. No, I do not want.
How-
I do not want to
Just
take
take one.
yours.
Just take one of mine. Yeah, just take. I got two. It's what am I gonna do with them? Just drink more. So
Well-
yeah, take one of mine. Give it a shot.
I will use mine, but I will be very careful with this.
It's
I'm gonna give him.
smashing a toe. I think you need to be the opposite of careful.
I will try.
So you want to try this one?
Yes.
I begrudgingly hand him my
Wonderful.
token.
He takes the token in his bony hands and holds the
no.
flap up a little higher, and he says, "Good luck."
This may have made a mistake. Shit.
As you walk inside, there is a large wooden mallet down there. And it's actually very simple. You need to hit the gnome very, very hard, and if you do it well enough, you will be able to win a prize over here.
I think as if he'll permit me, as he goes into the tent, Scrappy is going to attempt to slip one of his tokens into Sal's pocket.
So that'll be your second token, right?
So he refused to take mine earlier.
Oh, okay. So he paid his own token, right?
Yeah. So I
right, fair
prefer
enough.
to. I'd like to slip him one of mine.
You can hand it to him. He'll.
I will hang on to this for you. It is yours, though.
Appreciate that. That sounds good. I just don't want you to leave prematurely. So
Me
All right.
as well.
Sal, do you happen to have any simple two-handed weaponry on you at the moment?
I think I have a quarterstaff. Let me check.
this will work better. Take this, and I hand him my hammer.
Can I lift it? I'm not very strong.
What's your strength? Hang on.
-1.
It's not
What have we
like
done?
your maul is not a simple weapon, right? So like that's a martial weapon. I think you have. So
That's fair. Yeah.
that's
I try to
he
lift
can
it.
wield it, but that's with disadvantage. So I, don't know
I
if you
try
want
to pick
do
it
that.
up, and I can barely get it off the ground.
I think I will stay with my stick. How do you carry this thing all of the time?
Well, when I'm big, it's not so heavy, but yeah, it's a little annoying to lug around, to be honest.
Okay.
So, all I have to do is make this
I point to the goblin.
this little creature deaf, correct?
You ask that to the goblin?
Goblin, I must make you deaf. Is that correct?
So the goblin lifts this sort of like horn thing in his ear.
What? No, I must make him deaf, correct? Atribus, I must make him deaf, correct?
Correct.
May
I've never
I-
had more fun than going through this. It's great.
May I hold this horn that you have, Goblin?
What?
I'm going to reach out and try to grab the horn from his hands.
He is too old and feeble to resist.
All right.
I believe I have succeeded in making him deaf.
I look back at Atribus. Does he like even acknowledge me?
Again, he does not have the facial muscles to just blink at you, but imagine him blinking at you.
I shall
You
try.
didn't hit him. You didn't hit the knoll, though.
Okay. Stand still. Null creature.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do I have anything special? No, I don't. Okay, I have a jewel crafter's like thing, but okay, I'm just gonna whack him with my quarterstaff on his toe.
So the
So
goal of
is it-
this is to make him deaf, you said?
Yeah, you need to hit him hard enough for him to scream
Whack
out
and
and
roll.
make the goblin deaf. Yeah, whack and roll.
Okay.
right.
Just making sure.
So, is your weapon a 1d8? Because if it's not, you can roll a 1d8 for it.
All right, my weapon is in fact a 1d6 -1.
All right, you can roll 1d8. So you can exchange to the hammer if you want.
I'd like to ready in action, if that's all right.
That depends on what it is.
If I see that he's going to fail,
Yeah.
I'm going to surreptitiously cast thaumaturgy and cause an instantaneous sound, with the point of origin being the center of the goblin's head.
Oh,
The sound of a rumble of thunder.
Okay.
If he fails, yeah.
I'll allow that for now. Sure.
I got a 3 -1, so it's a 2.
All right. So you lift up the maul. Like you grab the wooden maul, right? Or are you using your quarterstaff?
I was using the quarterstaff. You said 1d8 was fine for it.
Sure. So you lift up your quarterstaff and you hit the knoll's toe as hard as you can, and the knoll is just standing there, looking down where you hit him, and then looking back at you, like he's unfazed.
And then as that happens, I cast thaumaturgy inside of the goblin's head to try and make him
As you
deaf.
do that, you don't hear anything happening. And Atropus is looking at you.
Oh, that was a good try, Sal. Maybe you'll get it next time.
Do I get more than
No.
one try?
No, unfortunately, you had no prize this time.
I look to the guy like,
Master
Can you hear
Halfling.
me?
He wants to say what, but like he doesn't have the horn, so he just looks at you blankly.
He is deaf. I made him deaf with hitting the knoll.
Atropus looks at you and he says, "You and I both know that this is not how it works. Especially," and he looks over at Scrappy, "Master Halfling.
Yes.
The contract you signed specifically prohibits the use of magic. Now, I understand in the heat of the moment it might have slipped, but I would urge you to reconsider to use your magic.
No,
After all." Go ahead.
Do I look like someone who can use magic? Nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Perhaps I am mistaken.
Perhaps you obviously mistaken.
He drinks and gets big. He does not magic.
Yeah, I can get big, but I don't do any of this magic stuff. I don't even believe that people can tell the future or, do any of that crazy stuff either.
Fair enough.
I can do magic.
Yeah, but you're not going to. We signed the contract. We know the rules.
Right. Rules.
Ultimately, as long as we all remember that we are here in the magical world of entertainment, you lift his top hat.
Yeah, we're just here for a good time.
Wonderful.
We are all here in the magical world of entertainment.
Does he lift his top hat again?
When you say it, no.
Damn. Here, Scraps. I appreciate this, but I do not want to take. You earned this.
I give him back his coin.
If you give me this back, then you've got none left. So I think you should probably hold on to it for now.
I will wait and see how this turns out.
As we're having this conversation, I kind of whisper to Sal, just like, sometimes I can make like a rumbling sound.
Yes.
I lied to our skeleton friend just now. I actually did try to do that inside the goblin's head to make him deaf, but I don't know what's going on here, but it didn't work. So just
I appreciate
something to be aware of. I don't know what that means, but yeah, seems like we can't do magic at all.
I appreciate the attempt at support, but do not get yourself in trouble. This place seems like it could be more than it appears.
I'm fine. I always get myself out of a scrap. Ha ha!
Yeah, that you do. That you do. Almost always. What is the next game, large skeleton with big hat?
Now, gaze upon the magic of the troll over here. And he turns around, and as you see the troll on the stage, you notice that he has a pile of slabs of stone near him. There's another pile of slabs right next to it. The hideous-looking troll is dressed up in just a yellow tank top, and he is towering over you, especially because he's standing on the wooden platform. And he looks at the two of you, and he says, "Who's there?" And there's a foul scent permeating from his nostrils as he says that.
Do you not have pants to
He
wear?
does not. A simple loincloth does suffice.
You do not clothe your actors. You have more than clothes to spare, and you are a skeleton.
Atticus looks back at you and he says, "Well, it's part of the magic of the strongman contest here. After all, who wouldn't want to join in with a game of rock and troll?"
Rock and
Rock troll.
roll. What is the purpose of this trolling rock game?
If you can beat the troll at lifting rocks, if you are stronger than the troll we have here, you will win a token.
Is every game you have revolving around physical strength?
No, we have so much more.
All right, Sal, I got this one. And I walk up
That
onto
I
the
believe
stage.
you do.
All right, so the troll is standing next to a pile of slabs of stone, and you have a pile of your own. And it seems that they are like in varying sizes. And the troll looks at you, and then reaches for the very first smaller stone to start off with.
I look over at Skelly and so what are the rules? What are the rules here?
You will compete against the troll in a strongman contest. To win this competition, you must manage to lift as much weight as the troll does.
Sounds kind of boring. I tell you what, how about we make it a little more interesting? If I win, I get 2 tokens.
So rather than winning 1, you win 2. How is that interesting for me?
Oh, it's interesting to me. Assume that you might find it interesting too.
He might be
Shot.
able to lift the troll.
I could probably lift the troll.
That
All
would be
right.
interesting.
Lift all the stones that the troll does, and you win 1 token. Lift the troll afterwards, and you will win an additional token.
That sounds like a good time to me. Let's go.
Your
And,
token, please.
I hand him the token, and once again, and he puffs up to double his size. All right, it's stone lifting time. I grew up in the Stone Mountains.
He is half stone himself most of the time.
And while I am raged, I do have advantage on strength saving throws, checks and saving throws.
All right. Now, as luck would have it, as you might imagine, this is indeed a strength check game. So this will work in your favor. So I will need from you a strength check to start off with.
The better of the two is a 21.
Wonderful. So the troll starts with the smallest slab, and he lifts it up with just one hand, and he just lifts it above his head. This looks like a kind of stone that even a wizard might be able to pull off to put above his head, and you do so without any effort whatsoever.
Rad.
And the troll looks at you like, fair enough, and he puts the stone down. And he goes for the middle of the 3 slabs. Give me another strength check.
Okay. This one is a 20, dirty 20.
All right. The troll has a bit more effort put into this one, and he has to use both of his arms to put it above his head. But surely enough, you lift it above your head rather easily. You just use your other hand to basically stabilize it, but all of the weight is in one hand. Like, this is nothing to you. The troll looks at the biggest slab and then looks at you. Give me one more strength check.
Let's go, troll. A dirty 20 again.
The troll lifts the 3rd slab above his head, and he's not buckling, but he has a bit of trouble doing it. You, however, are shining as ever, and you lift it up, and I mean, for like you've grown in size, fair enough, but still, like, you know, this is a big fucking rock. You lift it above your head as if it's candy floss. No issue.
I put it down.
And the troll looks at you and is like, "You're not seriously going to? Are you going to lift him up?"
All right, troll. This was the agreement. And I walk over and I try to lift him up.
All right, give me another strength check.
All right. Not as good. This is a 12.
So the troll has put down his rock, but you try to lift him. But this guy is like, you know, even with your increased size, this guy is enormous and he's heavy. You are not able to lift him from the platform. And the troll sort of stands there with a bit of a smirk on his face. And afterwards looks at you with a big smile that he has from being a skeleton. He says, "Well, anyways, you still win 1 token.
It was
Your
worth a
original
shot, right?
token back. And here's your new token."
You should hire me as an
Congratulations.
entertainer. This is free entertainment for everybody. I
Well,
take the
perhaps
token.
we can talk about that later.
So I have 2 tokens now, or 1?
You won a new one, so you got 2, and I believe
2,
Sal still
yeah,
has
okay.
1, right?
You've
Okay.
I'm holding on to your 3rd.
Yeah, so 3 total. Like I'm trying to
Great.
keep track of it.
So, the grand prize you said for a game is if they do the same thing 3 times?
Yes, the grand prize for Rock and Troll are the gauntlets of troll power.
He is already more powerful than a troll.
Imagine if he would be wearing the gauntlets.
The gauntlets.
Would it weaken him?
That really, what's your strength score? That really depends.
My strength score?
Yeah, what do you like? No,
It's
it would
a-
be a buff.
Okay.
Yep.
My modifier is +6.
Yeah, so the gauntlets of
Dang.
troll power will give you a buff to your strength, basically.
Oh. sounds pretty good, but yeah, I guess.
Do you have any games of talking or thinking, not of the smashing and lifting?
Yes. The next tent involves some skill of the physical variety, but on the other side of the bonfire, we have a couple of games which are more for those that are a crew with the mind.
Yeah, Sal, I'll come back to this one later. I might give this another shot, but yeah, let's go find you a game, huh?
Yeah. Let us do the next one, and you will prevail, but maybe you can wear my lucky charm.
I hand him the periapt, the amulet.
Wow. Okay.
Well, so this is unfortunate. I have the Pact of the Talisman, I think, which gives me a talisman that I can give to people. I never really came up with a talisman aside from the actual one that I wear that's the genie one. So
works for me.
So I'm going to give him my talisman.
Is it still a magic item? This is me out of character.
If Barry allows it to act as the talisman, for every long rest, I get 3 uses of, if you fail an ability check, you get an extra D4 that you can then try to apply and potentially change the outcome.
All right.
It also has a combat effect, but we're not really using that, so.
I think like as Sal hands this to Scrappy's like, I can't take that. I know how much it means to you.
It would be just for this challenge. It may give you the luck that you need to prevail. I cannot deal with this goddamn clasp.
I'll be careful with it.
So over in the next tent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We're doing that.
Go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt your.
No, go for it.
All right.
So Atropus bikes on to the next tent, and as he lifts the flap of the tent a little bit, he says, "Now, this is a cunning game, though some physical prowess is required. This is also something for the mind," he says as he points to his skull. This is an interesting game. And as he lifts the flap up and you look inside, you notice sort of a wooden contraption of a spinning wheel. And on the wheel is a middle-aged gnome, spread-eagled and tied upon it. And it is facing towards you. Right beside it stands a very frivolously bizarre female tiefling. She's wearing an elegant outfit made of dark silk adorned with peacock feathers. She flashes a very big smile as the tent is opened, as she catches your eye. "Hey, you!" the gnome shouts. "You think yourself a smartass? Oh, let's go to the carnival. We'll have so much fun. Get over here, and I'll show you what's what."
Is this tent safe for work?
I asked to the skeleton.
Atropus looks at the two of you and he says, "Why, of course it is. Now, this game is known as the game of Gnome Mercy." Are you liking these wordplays?
Gnome or say?
Well, the wordplay and also just the graphic that you made.
Say what?
I've been having so much fun making these, like, honestly.
Yeah, I can tell. Oh, man.
Scraps, I do not know if either one of us is very suited for this task.
Certainly not me. I wouldn't want to hurt a gnome. I don't even know what's going on here.
Oh, but you're not hurting him. And Atropus points into the tent and there's like a crate of tomatoes.
Oh, all right then.
Well, I wish you luck, Scraps.
What? I'm doing this one too? I'm doing all of them?
I tried hitting the wolf creature, the gnoll, and he did not even yelp.
I do.
Maybe we should
know if I could even throw a tomato.
Maybe we should skip this one. Sal, maybe we should skip this one, try a different game. one that you'd be good at.
I feel as if we have no mercy for this game.
That is fine, masters. You can always come back.
We shall.
Atticus
come
bikes
back.
past the large purple tent and he points at it and he says, "Now, if you are in for a true show, the main events are in the big tent. It costs you 1 token for admission a person. But you will see sights to behold and acrobatics that will shock and awe you."
And that sounds like a good time, but maybe we should see what other games there are before we go in.
Can we earn a token in this big tent?
You cannot. It is simply a bunch of performances.
Then we should earn a token before we try.
Good thinking,
As
Scrap.
you will.
Sal.
Yes, Scraps. I sometimes forget my name as well.
Maybe those beers did hit me. I don't know.
You've drank
Not to worry,
them
masters,
so
it must
much
be the alcohol.
in the game of
As Atticus
Cobalt
bites
or
on
Go
that.
Home.
As Atticus bites onto the next tent and lifts up the flap, he says, "Now, you, Master Dragonborn, we're asking for a game that requires the mind."
Something of this sort, yes.
And this might be right up your alley. And he lifts the tent flap, and if you look inside, seated before you is a rather plump-looking fellow, most probably of the humankind. He's wearing a purple robe, adorned with a number of visible patches and flimsy stitches, as well as a very cheap mind flayer mask that looks way too big for his head. In front of him, there's a table with a dragon chess set arranged in order, ready for a new game to begin. And as Atticus points at that, he says, "And this, of course, is the game of Mind Player."
Oh.
I do not get the reference.
Mind Flayer?
I know. I got it. Sal didn't.
Ah, fair enough.
I reach out without looking to Scraps. Like, give me back my.
Yeah, I got you. Hand it back to him.
I put it back on the.
That seems a bit premature to give it to me anyway, so here you go.
This does not look pleasant.
Okay, I have something I wanna just verify. I don't think it's magic. Okay, you know about the cloak of flies thing that Sal
Yes.
Sal has. Okay, cool. I don't know how long. I think it just stays. There's no duration on it. As a bonus action, I can just create this 5-foot aura of flies that grants me intimidation check advantage, but disadvantage on
Correct.
everything else. So I'm gonna
It's gray area magic, but it's technically an ability, so I'll allow it.
I'm gonna hang out for that. I'm not gonna do it just yet because I don't want to start poisoning people around me. Okay, I walk into the tent and I look to Sal or Scraps. Damn it! I hold up the coin.
Thank you, Scraps. I can use this, yes?
It's yours to use.
And I hand it over to Mr. Bony Hands. Atreus.
Atticus takes your coin and tucks it away, and he says, "If you love mind games, you will enjoy this." And you take place in front of this rather plump-looking fellow, and you begin to play a game of dragon chess. And the game is to beat him at the game of dragon chess.
I am a dragon.
Or
I
that.
win automatically.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Wouldn't that be cool? I will require from you a couple of intelligence checks.
Oh boy. I'm really good at intelligence. By the way, I'm super good at intelligence. I'm really good at everything except for charisma and oh god. I'm not even gonna try to put that on anymore. It's not working. All right, intelligence checks. It is, and that is just a straight intelligent roll. No proficiency, I imagine.
Intelligence check with whatever bonus you can apply to, of course.
Okay, so So like if this were history, I would get the benefit of proficiency, but if it's not, then
Yes, but it is just flat
okay,
intelligence.
flat intelligence. Okay, just making sure. I'm not trying to wheedle my way into anything. I don't know
Your
what you're talking about.
intelligence isn't really that. I'm looking at your character sheet. It's
Listen
not that
here,
great.
whippersnapper. All right, here we go. Can I be a halfling for this instant only? Because I got a natural 1.
Oh no.
I got a
So-
3.
Oh no.
I do not understand these symbols on this board.
It. So for those of you that actually know dragon chess, it's not that different from normal chess, but there are a couple of exceptions in the rules and whatnot. The biggest difference with normal chess is that you can actually lose in the first or second round by doing something very terrible. Sal,
hear from
you just did that.
You hear from outside the tent, like, if you're a dragonborn, don't you win automatically?
I'm pretty sure that is the rules. Yes.
Ah, you already tried that, huh?
Yeah.
So you reach for one of your pieces, and as you do, you sort of knock over your own king, thereby forfeiting the game, and you lose.
I want to invoke the cloak of flies and then glare at this man and say,
You lost. You are the one who has lost, not me.
and try to intimidate him.
Oi. Okay, I like that, and you know how I am with the rule of
And
cool.
I wanna like spin the board around so it's his side.
Okay, and you have a way to do it. Give me a give me an intimidation check on that. Sure, let's see.
Okay.
I love it.
Here we go. Intimidation. Okay. Cool. I got a thank goodness for advantage. I got 16 plus 6, 22.
All right. The guy in the mask who sounds rather hollow because it's like a very cheap made mask, mumbles something along the lines of like,
Oh, dude, you win. Like, whatever. You know, dude, like, totally. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
and you win. You win a token.
Oh my god. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me use my bullshit.
That's fucking funny. Like, sure.
I come out still cloaked in flies and I say,
I won fair and square.
And afterwards looks at you and he says, "Well, apparently so. Here is your token back, plus a new token. And that makes 4 so far. Well done."
Salad, you're the smartest guy I knew. I knew you had this.
Yes, of course. I know all of the rules of dragon chess. I did not bluff.
That's incredible. Me with my -1 intelligence. Man, you're the smartest guy I know.
And you are the
Onward then.
most feisty.
okay, let's continue.
Atreus bikes to the next tent and he says, now, this is an intriguing game and requires the mind as well. For those that like to use it, and those that are sharp-witted.
Nope.
And he
I
lifts-
move on.
He lifts the side of the tent a little bit. And if you look inside, Sal, because I think that Scrappy is not interested. If you look inside, you notice a very peculiar sight. You notice a medium-sized snake that is like sort of curled around itself behind a very low table. Looking at it, it shows signs of an uncommon intelligence, and it wears a purple fez. And it looks like its attention is drawn towards a triplet of cards in front of him on the table. By the use of its tail, it dexterously shuffles them around upon the table.
It's all you, Sal.
I'm trying to think of what the pun might be. Go on. I'm looking in. Yeah.
Atropus looks at you and he says, no, this is a fan favorite, of course. This would be the game of Monty Python.
God.
Oh, okay. It's gonna get something to do with snakes. And
I was thinking like
ladders,
shoots and ladders. Yeah, exactly.
but-
Same.
ladders, yeah.
Snakes and lifts or something. I don't know. I'm going to look over at Scraps. He goes,
That snake looks very intelligent. I do not know if I can beat him. I do not know if I could threaten him either.
I peek my head in. Well, he does have a hat on.
Like that's any sign of authority, right?
I do not know what this means, but it is also intimidating. Yes.
I don't know, Sal. He's wearing a hat. You know.
Would you like to try to break the nose foot?
Maybe that's me or the snake.
Do you think he would like to try?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna go show that troll what's later on.
No, the thing I tried to do, and
No, I know. Yeah.
maybe get another coin, and you can do something with. I don't want to lose your coin, is what I'm.
Tell you what, that troll from earlier, the rock lifting one. I beat him no problem earlier. How about I just go beat him 2 more times, get those gauntlet things, and have more tokens.
Here, wear this.
Put all our eggs in one basket, right? That's the saying.
I'll give him my lucky charm once more.
All right, yeah, you gotta come with me to cheer me on, though.
Of course. I will cheer for you.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna head back.
We're gonna go
over
back to
the,
it. As we pass,
All right,
what's the stage that we're passing?
So as you pass by the stage itself looks absolutely spectacular. It's rather beautiful, well set up, and on the stage there's quite a few people actually. It seems to be like a bit of a motley crowd in front of it, and their attention is drawn to a shabby but well decorated like area of the stage where there is a female half orc that is dressed in a beautiful but kind of out of place Victorian dress. On her right side, there is a very jolly looking human fellow in a minstrel's outfit who seems to be currently stirring up the crowd's interest towards the performance that is about to take place. On the side of the stage, there's a table, and behind the table, there's a couple of people that are intently looking at the stage's performance. Judging from their looks, they must have been selected from amongst the audience, and they look like they're judges of some sort. As you pass by, Atropos stops and says, "Ah, yes. For those of you interested in singing, this is Kara Orki."
Mm-hmm. Yep. Should have seen that one coming.
I have been told that I have a lovely singing voice.
You sure do, Sal. Yeah.
Well, for the price of 1 token, you can gamble and see if that's really the case.
Not that
Master
lovely, though.
Dragonborn.
I think you've got this.
I do not. I do not.
Maybe you want to do this first, and okay.
I do not.
Well, whenever you choose to do something, Sal, just know that I'll believe in you. Okay.
I am comfortable.
I might have been wrong
with
with the. Might have been wrong with the Knoll earlier, to be fair, but I'm just trying to be supportive.
You are a good friend, Scraps. You are, and to be honest, the me that you knew before our mishap probably would have made that Knoll scream in pain.
The you that I knew before this mishap is still in there, buddy. I think we're gonna see him again.
I will talk to Jack of Tears and try to find him once more.
All right. Well, in the meantime,
Yep.
I just get up on the stage, growing in half size, doubling in size as I go up the stage.
All right,
I just love the fact that you're doing that.
It's time to
All right.
throw down.
Apparently, I'm a wrestler too. That's the thing. Now.
Yes.
We're just gonna do this. All right.
Let's get ready to rumble.
So I rage and double in size as I go up onto the stage and please,
All right,
losers first. And I look over at the troll.
The troll begrudgingly lifts up the first rock, which is kind of lights, and looks at you. Give me a strength check, my friend.
All right, and then I believe something about the amulet.
So the amulet, if you fail a check,
Yeah.
you can add a D4.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. This is a check, right? Not a save.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a 24.
no issue whatsoever. This is like candy floss.
It's juggling.
Yeah, you sort of juggle it in the air.
So he looks over.
Troll
the
sets the
What else you got,
smaller.
green guy?
The troll looks at you and he says,
Tiny man got big man and now is juggling things weird.
And he puts the rock down and takes the second slab and lifts it above his head with a little bit of effort.
Big troll, tiny scared. And then I get a 23.
No effort whatsoever. You lift it above your head once more.
I yell up and I say, "You are as ugly as his cousin, who I am told is ugly."
I'm pretty sure Scrappy might be hurt by that, but okay.
No.
He said that earlier.
Oh, you said that to the troll,
It's
right?
a callback.
Yeah, I said that to the troll.
I know.
All right. All the stones. Let's go.
All right, for the third one, the troll lifts the third one with extraordinary effort above his head and looks at you to see if you do the same thing.
So that's going to be a 14.
You grab they grab the third one, and it doesn't lift. Like you've spent a lot of energy on this, and it takes you a lot of strain. So I think you can add the d4.
Okay.
Let's see.
15.
You don't manage to lift it above your head, and the troll gives you a very big smile, and he says,
Puny man, not big enough for this now.
As he says this, I kind of bum rush him, and I go over and try to pick up the troll again.
"Sure." Give me a strength check.
It's going to be a 23.
You lift him off of his feet.
That's amazing.
So the troll
so
is just looking
as
at
I
you like
lift him-
mesmerized.
As I lift the troll, I look over at Atribus and I go, "We had an agreement."
Atribus looks at you and he says, "We need people like you in the wonderful world of entertainment." He lifts his top hat.
I set the troll back down and then shrink back down to my normal size.
Now, Master Halfling, the agreement was that you lose a token when you do not win this game. However, I also made a deal with you that you would win one token should you lift the troll afterwards. I am humored, therefore you get your token back, and he gives you your token.
Sounds fair enough. All right.
Now, the two of you seem adventurous. Have you perhaps done any dungeon crawling in your days, masters?
I don't know about crawling, but we've walked through a few, yeah.
Then you are sure to enjoy the next game we have for you. Follow me.
Are there any dragons in this game?
Only if you make it so. As you roll over to one of the bigger attractions of this carnival's area, you notice a building that is built out of, well, it seems stone, but at a cursory glance, upon closer inspection, it looks like it's mostly wood decorated to look like stone. It looks rather grand, and in front of it there's like a large plaque with crossed swords and lights, and in front of it there is a bit of a rigid-looking dwarf, a bit scrawny. And above the door there is a large sign with like really ugly lighting around it, and it says Extreme Dungeon Crawler. Atribus looks at the two of you and he says, "Now, ever dreamed of being an adventurer? Braving villainous foes, overcoming ingenious traps to seek forgotten treasures, and the promise of immense riches. Ah, those were the days. Well, in this carnival you shall find no villains, but may you well enjoy the rest of the good life. Do you have what it takes?"
I used to be an adventurer like him. Then I took a dragon blast to the chest.
I'm this close to giving you just a token for that. It's just this is great.
This one hits a little bit close to home, if I'm being honest.
All you have to do is find the golden frog and bring it outside, and you can win a token.
We can find a frog, Scraps. I think.
Sure, let's just look around in the bushes around here. We don't even need to go inside.
Oh, you think there might be a frog outside?
This frogs, sure.
It's a frog statue.
To catch frogs. Frogs. Hey, you should have said that. You should have led with that.
I think we can try this. He said there would be no villains, no. It would be a good distraction, yes.
Sounds like a nice change of pace to know there's no real danger, which I'm sure there isn't.
There is no danger but win or lose.
How does one lose in this game?
Either spring too many traps or lose when the time runs out. Should a timer start.
What kind of traps? Are they deadly?
No. Of course, we would not wish any harm upon you. They are harmless, but they will regale tales of deadly traps that have been.
Sounds like, maybe could be fun.
Well, if we were to perform this, Scraps, we may not be able to do the large tent of acrobatics.
True.
Do you want to?
How many tokens do you have?
I have one that I earned and one that you gave me.
And I've got 2 as well.
Do you think?
Atropus looks at the both of you and he says, "Do mind. Only one can go in at a time."
Oh, well, we do things together. That's not going to work.
I agree. We work together. And frankly, neither one of us is much suited for traps. If I could use my magic, as you said I could not, I might be able to contend with traps. But I can't.
You notice that Atropus goes limp for a couple of seconds on his bike. And then sits back up again, and he's nodding, and he says, "But perhaps we can make an exception. 2 tokens, 2 people."
You all right there? You looked like you fell asleep for a second.
I was just checking in with the boss to see if allowing 2 people in at the same time would be okay.
Is your boss leaving those handlebars, or?
I thought you were the boss.
The boss of our carnival is the renowned Jack of Tears.
Ah, we've heard of him.
The
Well, what do you
fortune
think?
teller.
If we can go in together, I'm sure we could do fine at this. You said no magic inside, though. That's right?
Correct.
It's risky, but I don't know. Could be fun.
You can always win more tokens.
What do you think, Sal?
I am worried of this trap finding business. You said there was a way to spend the tokens to get something. What I would like to know what is on offer before I risk another.
Atropus considers that for a second and he says, "To the south, we have a few rides. The rides cost 1 token each, but are surely a thing to behold, one which no one has ever done before. Alternatively," and he points towards the west, "we have various trinkets for sale at the gift shop of Mr. Schrodinger. You are welcome to take a look."
Trinkets sent up your alley, Sal. You want to go take a look?
We could peruse, yes?
Speaking of which, and I hand him back his talisman.
Thank you.
The gift shop it is then.
Sounds less cool when you put it that way.
In another
Perhaps I
life,
should call it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say in another life I may have worked around gift shops, but
Well, follow me then, he says, as he bikes over to the gift shop area. And as you get closer, you notice that there is a relatively simple carnival wagon. And on it, it has a couple of very colorful letters, and it spells out Mr. Schrodinger's Traveling Shop of Curiosities. Behind the counter, there's a dodgy-looking halfling fellow with a golden tooth who introduces himself as Mr. Schrodinger himself. Magical treats for all tastes. Useful and useless at the same time. Well, depending on how you look at them, I suppose. What can I do for you, my lovely folk?
What are some of these things that you have on offer?
I got a bit of everything. Wonderful, wonderless, and anything in between. He points at a few various items, and you notice that there are a couple of items that really seem to be magical, and some of them aren't. For one, you notice that there is some candy floss on sale. There is a mustache of disguise. There's a barrel of plain sight. There's a peeper's leaflet, a warrior's onesie, a ghostly gossamer. Need I continue? There's a lot.
All of these are a token. A one of these tokens, yes?
The ones on the left table are one token. The one in the middle are two. The one on the right are three. Some of which you can only win if you have competed in a game 3 times.
You're
Yes.
charging a token for cotton candy? Is that?
Oh, but this is no mere cotton candy, my friend.
That's what we call it where I'm from.
Candy floss of this quality is something you have never had before. Simply put it in your mouth and think of the one thing you wish to taste, and it shall be so. You want it to taste like your grandmother's apple pie, so it will. You want it to taste like your mother's own stew, so it shall be.
Where I'm from, we have this delicacy called rock stew. And basically just put a bunch of rocks into a pot, heat it up. Might not
Boom.
sound like much to you, but to me, it's taste of home. And I would love to taste that again.
This candy floss could be the answer to your wish. It's only one token, and you'll get 10 pieces.
I got tokens for days. The troll over here just gives them out. But then again, it may be wasteful to have spend my token on this when I could be spending it on a show, for example,
Or a ride?
or a ride.
Or your future?
Or simply win some more tokens, and you're more than welcome to come back and peruse.
We shall return, maybe. Some of these things do
Wonderful.
indeed seem worthless.
Wonderful. Do remember, if you happen to visit the Jack of Tears afterwards, you cannot go by the gift shop. So please come by before you visit the exit.
Sal, you know how I get big sometimes. You might have noticed.
Yes.
Oh my.
This doesn't come up very often, but I could really only do that once more for the day.
I understand. You can
So
hold on to
think
your
these-
getting big. Indeed.
these feats of strength might be a little more challenging than they otherwise would be. But there's got to be a way for us to get more tokens, right?
You may be able to hurt the knoll without getting big.
That's a fair point. Yeah, let's go whack a knoll then.
Let us try that game. And if it does not work, then maybe we just see a show.
All right, make sure that you don't sell the cotton candy to anyone else. I'll be back for it, okay?
Oh, I have cotton candy for days.
Oh, well, I shouldn't be charging a token for it then. Jeez. What about just like a little taste? Not the whole thing, just, sample.
Yes, sample. That we can verify this is good.
Well, sure, if it helps you decide. And he gives you like a little pinch of it.
I put it in my mouth.
What do you want it to taste of?
Rock stew.
It tastes of the best rock stew that you've ever had.
I just want out of character. I love the way you do that. You put a bunch of rocks in the water, boil it, boom, rock stew. Just
It's a simple recipe, right? Simple recipe for simple people.
so good. Oh god.
This tastes just like my 20-foot mother used to make.
Any seasoning? No, just the rocks. Like
What is seasoning?
keep it bland.
Maybe bland to you, but to me, the best thing that's ever been created.
It is high in calcium and nothing else.
How do you think I got so strong?
And that's how you get a halfling giant barbarian. Oh god.
Yep, that's
Let us find the no.
Oh, I come back for this.
As you move towards the tent, Atropus bikes along with you and he says, "Surely you do not want to try the dungeon."
We do not want to waste our tokens if we cannot get them back.
But you can win 2 tokens.
Oh, well, it should have been discussed earlier. All right, let's go.
The 2 of you
suppose.
cost 2 tokens, but you can win 2 tokens.
Right. Yeah. Wait. So then yeah.
We
Okay.
each win 1, yes.
Sure. All right. Let's
Let us try.
What do you think, Sal? The night is dragging on. Let's give it a go. Huh?
Let us try. I do not want to lose the last one yet. We have
And
one to
after
spare.
that rock stew, I'm just feeling so much more confident now too.
Let us try.
It really put some pep in my step.
I love your turns of phrases.
All right. 2 tokens then, please.
I pull both out of my pocket and hand them to him.
All right.
I hang on to the
Return
two that I
with the
have.
golden frog, and you will be victorious. I will
Golden
win.
frog, got it. Not a real frog, statue, right? That's what we said.
It's a statue, yes.
All right. You really should be more specific, in regards to the statue aspect of the golden frog.
And no magic, yes?
Correct.
All right, what are we waiting for, Sal?
Let us go.
And as you 2 enter the dungeon, we are going to take a break. Because we're at the halfway mark.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Traps for a barbarian and a warlock. Let's do this.
What a good combination for this.
This is gonna be terrible, honestly. But I do feel like they would probably attempt it. So
I have history and charisma. Those are my 2 big things. No. All right.
I don't have investigation or anything relevant. So
No, we're gonna have fun though. All right. I guess we'll be back in a moment. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on podcast, then we'll be back right away.
And if you're on Twitch, then we will be back in about 10-15 minutes. So we'll see you in a bit. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far, of course. We're currently playing the Carnival of Tears together with 2 wonderful friends over here. We're playing with Daniel. We're playing with Jed. Hello, gentlemen.
hello.
And just before the break, their characters, Scrappy and Sal, went to this wonderful carnival, the Carnival of Tears, where they had to sign a bit of a waiver before they got in. And they got a free token that they can spend in this carnival to win more additional tokens or to get bedazzled by all of the things that this carnival has to offer. They have since played a couple of games with memorable names such as Kobold or Go-Home, Whack-A-Nole, Gnome Mercy, and so on.
Mind a player.
Yes, Mind Player. They have now moved to a place that kind of looks like a makeshift dungeon, and they were told that for the price of 2 tokens, they can both go in and try and best the dungeon, find the golden frog statue, and come out alive. And they will win more tokens. That's exactly what they were going to try to do. So let's have a look.
Sal already
see
dove in.
if they can do that.
The door was closed.
There we go.
I'm not getting any. The music is turned off. Is there any way to?
No, that is perfectly sensible because
wow.
as you two walk in, that's always a reason for the things that I do. As you walk into the dungeon, the doors close behind you, and a creepy music is started to be pumped into the building. What is your next move?
Oh, this seems perfectly normal, I guess. I don't know. I've never been to a carnival before.
Did he say, he said there were traps. Did he say we could use magic?
I don't remember, if I'm being honest. Just find the golden frog statue.
We'll
Golden
find it,
statue
no
frog.
problem.
Do you see it?
What is it? Bright in here or is it dark?
It's dimly lit.
I look
You have
around and I just look around and try to spot a golden frog.
There is a hallway that you're standing in right now. The hallway itself ends in a T section.
I'll
I
walk
don't see a
forward.
golden frog.
I don't see a frog either, golden or otherwise. I will look right. You look the other.
All right. I peek around the corner.
All right. You notice that there is a hallway that ends with a doorway. On the other side, there is a hallway that goes around a corner and also has a doorway.
This is just a bunch of hallways. This is gonna be easy, Sal.
We'll probably be fine. I will take forward, and if there is a frog, you hit it with your hammer.
I'm really good at hitting frogs with my hammer.
All right.
But hey, do you remember in our party, Quinn, the elf, with the
Yes.
bow and stuff?
She was excellent
they
at
were
finding
really-
traps.
Yeah, just sense danger around every corner. Like, what would she do in this situation?
She would probably say, "Scraps and Sal, stay behind me, you idiots."
Okay, yeah. So you stay behind me, you idiot.
Yes, not Quinn.
And I look down the hall and try to, I remember when she would like kind of move her hands along the wall and try to look for like wires and stuff. Maybe I could do that.
She could crawl on
And
her
I-
hands like a cat
Yes.
or a lizard. I could crawl like a
Or-
lizard.
Or a frog.
That they would hop.
Right. Okay. I think I got frogs mixed up
Ooh.
with lizards.
Should I hop like a frog? Maybe it will think that I am. Wait, no, it's a statue. Damn.
All right, I'm gonna try to do what she does and feel along the walls to see if there's any traps.
I will stay behind you.
Like
Idiot.
an idiot. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So,
Okay,
Papa,
so you-
I am looking for any signs of a trap.
All right, give me a survival check.
Ooh, that one I'm actually decent at. That's a 15.
Cool. You notice that there is a very flimsy thread that is spanned across the hallway as you would move towards one of the doors, the door to your left. You can very easily step over it.
Sal, you're not gonna believe this. I found a trap.
You found a trap. You are
Yeah,
as
that's
good as Quinn was.
Basically. And how high off the ground is this thread?
It's like ankle height, even for you.
Oh, okay. So you see down here, just really thin, but just step over it. And then I go ahead and step over it.
And I'll lift my tail and step over it to make sure that I don't touch it with my tail.
Amazing.
So I believe that's going to the left. Is that correct?
You are very good at this.
I don't know. Maybe I should take up archery or something. This is pretty good at this.
I feel like you would miss hitting things.
That's true. That's true.
Didn't she also look at she would feel the doorway?
Yeah.
Like-
Why don't you go ahead and try to feel the next doorway? Do we see anything new as we head down this hallway?
No, other than like it's a dead end with the doorway.
I will run my hands across the planks of the doorway.
Doesn't feel strange.
It feels perfectly fine. It's probably fine.
And I will slowly turn the handle.
All right. The door opens. So behind that is a tiny bit of hallway that seems to curve around to the left.
Good news. I found another hallway.
I was really hoping that we would find a golden frog, but a hallway will do for now.
This hallway could lead to a golden frog. There's no other choice.
And I'll
Keep
take
doing
a
the
step
thing.
forward.
Keep doing the thing.
Okay. Oh yes, and I'll go ahead and do the same thing and basically get on all fours and slide forward to try to, I don't know, find the strings. I'm looking for the same kind of string that he found before.
Sure. You don't see any right now.
I see no strings. This hallway has no strings
extends to the
attached.
left.
See, Sal, you're still good at something.
The hallway extends to the left and curves upward.
Would you like to continue forward? I will stay behind like idiot.
Sure. I look down this hallway and try to. Is it just a hallway that keeps going
It seems like just a hallway that keeps going for a little while.
into a wall or into a door?
No, it seems to curve upwards, so to the north.
All right. So same thing along this hallway. I'll kind of feel along the walls and like look at the ceiling and just try to spot any traps that might be in this hallway.
All right, give me a survival check.
Okay. Ooh. That's going to be a 7.
There's no traps here. You're sure of it.
We're good. Let's go.
Yes.
And then I keep moving forward.
All right. The hallway curves to the north. And then over there seems to be curving again a little bit towards the east.
More hallways.
Yes. A hallway indeed.
I will do this one.
Okay.
Oh, Drunky, buddy. It seems that our cameras have disappeared from the stream.
Oh no.
And they're back. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about that.
That happens.
Yeah.
So we cast invisibility. Do we have advantage going through this now?
Very briefly.
God damn it. Not sure why that happened. Anyway, so yeah, Sal will basically just start scooching down the hallway, and very much Quinn-like fashion, like everything he ever looked from her.
Stay behind me, idiot.
And just start moving forward.
All right. Just
Like,
around the corner.
Looking for.
It seems
yeah,
that there
okay,
is a
like-
dead end.
I have found no hallway.
Wait. Maybe there's a fake door. And I go over to the wall and I start feeling around on the wall.
Give me an investigation check.
All right. That is a 1, so I will re-roll as a halfling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still not very good. That's going to be a. You said investigation.
Yes.
A 9.
You're pretty sure there's nothing here.
Just to be sure, and I pick up my hammer and hit the wall.
Make an attack roll. Like you'll hit,
Okay.
so no to hit. Just make an attack roll.
Okay. Wait. So roll
Just
damage,
damage.
in other words? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Yeah, to hit would be very funny against the wall. You missed the wall.
10 damage.
Okay, so you hit a bit of wall and it splinters. Behind that is just empty, murky darkness.
I found some empty, murky darkness.
Is there a hallway in this empty, murky darkness?
It looks like just empty, murky darkness. Is it a room or is it like a magical void?
No, it's not. Neither. It's kind of like, like the backstage area, which like technically it counts as a room, I guess, but it doesn't give you anything. It's just dark.
Is there a hole big enough for me to go through?
Sure. Let me drag you through.
Sal, I'm just gonna take a peek inside here. I think I might have found a shortcut.
I think this is a wonderful shortcut.
Yeah, so I step into the void.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
Smart thing to do. I do not. No.
Okay, it's dark as F.
Almost out of just like oh no, I can't summon a flame with that. Okay. I pull a I do believe I have a torch in my pack. And I'll start fiddling around with some tinder to try to get it lit.
Sure. I will actually ground you the fact that this whole room is basically just a room of nothingness, but you will be able to see all of the walls around it. It'll extend this far. That's what you can see.
Sal, I found
All
a hidden
that is
room.
just absolutely empty.
Are you standing on nothing?
I think there's a floor, but not sure we're supposed to be here. Might have found a shortcut.
It's probably the solution that others do not think of.
I mean, we're pretty good at this, that's for sure.
Yes.
Adapt, overcome. Feel free to explore.
You want to
yeah,
break another wall.
I think I kind of just walk this way and just start feeling along the walls as I kind of feel
squirm
my
in.
way through the room.
So this side of the wall, as it's usually not seen by visitors, is basically just pine wood. The other side looks like a dungeon wall, like stone and whatnot, but it's all wood that's been painted over. On this side, it's just normal plywood. It feels like plywood.
Is there any hint on this side of the walls of where the traps might be in the hallways?
Oh, that's a very good question, and I hate you for asking that, because I kind of have to take that into account, which I didn't account for before. But sure, give me a. You lit the torch, right?
Yes.
Give
Or at least
me
I tried to.
Yeah, no, you got your torch lit because there's no way you're going to be seeing anything else over here.
Yeah.
Give me a investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
I will grant that. Yeah.
Love it.
That's not bad. Nat 20.
Oh,
Nat 20. Okay. It's not bad, Nat
I got
20.
a 19 and a 20.
As a matter of fact, that'll give you two things. One, you will see that there is a trap in the hallway directly north of you, which you will remember should you traverse this hallway later on. Additionally, you notice that this room extends a little further, and as such, there you go. You notice that there is an additional trap a little further to the east, which you will make note of, and you will remember when you traverse this hallway.
Awesome. I look over at Sal and I'm like, when in doubt, I just hit things with my hammer. Things seem to work out.
That still rhymes.
Sal holds up a bag of sand. He goes,
I have sand. Will that help?
Possibly. I don't know. What would Quinn do?
I will hold on to the sand.
So
Good
I
job.
tell Sal. Tell Sal about the location of the traps. And I fully explored this room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I head back into the hallway where we came from then.
Let me pull you in. There you go.
I'm unable to do.
Yeah. You shouldn't be able to do that,
Yeah,
but damn it, your creativeness.
Once again, step over the tripwire here.
Yep.
And I think
You found
down in this
traps.
next hallway down here, we same thing. Looking for traps as we feel along the wall.
I will
don't
try
seem
something.
to see any.
I will try something.
and I take
Okay.
a handful of sand out of my bag of sand, and probably about half of it, and like fling it down the hallway.
Quinn has thrown sand.
The hallway that was innocent to begin with is covered in sand and feels dirty.
This, if anything, it's like we're on a beach. It just calms me down, if anything.
And now we will know.
Let's keep going, buddy.
Now we will know that we have been through here before.
The hallway, right in front.
Also true. And I'm gonna go up to this door and try to investigate this door or take a look at it. Is it unlocked?
Go. It is unlocked. Yes.
And you know what? I'm gonna try to peer under it to see if there's any cracks to get any hints of what's behind it.
Okay, so you lay your face on the floor to look underneath, and you get covered with a bit of sand on your cheek.
Yeah.
Because apparently someone was deemed it wise to empty a bag of sand here.
You never know.
I have helped.
Sure, we'll go with that. Underneath the door, there's a bit of a creak. This is not a perfectly made, it's shoddy carnival quality, right? You will be able to look underneath the door, and it seems like there is a small hallway with a dead end.
Success. Another hallway.
Yeah, let's just keep going. That looks like a dead end. And I continue on, obviously noting any traps that I would have gotten hints of from the other side.
If we do
no traps whatsoever over here.
If we do not find a frog at the end of this path, then it will be in that room. The room with the sand in front of it. I helped.
That's true. Process of elimination.
All right. As you traverse up this hallway, there is a bit of a hallway over here with one door. And in this hallway, you notice that there is indeed another trap, which is a wire that is made of invisible wire, basically. The one that
fish line
can barely see. Fish line. There you go. That's the one. Which is about chest height for you, Scrappy.
Okay. Where? Sorry, is that in this spot or this spot or?
Just beyond, just slightly beyond the door.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to the door and take a look at the door first, and same thing. Try to peer under it if possible.
No, this one actually reaches all the way to the ground.
Okay. Anything suspicious about the handle?
No, it looks like a handle.
I think you should knock, Sal.
I will knock.
I knock.
To be polite.
How many times do you knock?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times.
4 times. All right. Nothing happens.
They are not home. We should
Why
move
did you
on.
ask that? Well, I'll just take a peek inside, and I grasp the door handle, and try to open it just enough to see inside.
Okay. Are you wearing gloves by any chance?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. The room seems empty.
Why do you
Or
ask
as far
these
as you can call it a room.
Just an empty room. And I close the door.
That hallway was very short.
I kneel down and crawl under the tripwire that was chest height for me.
All right.
Watch out for this one.
So is this about knee height for me?
No, about groin height for you.
I shall.
He gets down as far, he's crawling on the ground now. He goes under it.
I give him my arm and pull him through to try to make it easier.
All right. I mean, you can easily make that if you're careful. So you're fine.
I do not like these wires. All right. I have yet to see anything other than hallway.
Have we really been looking that much?
This is your standard D&D dungeon, after all, right?
Let's really focus and look around as we go through here. Perceive whatever we can.
Start feeling the walls as we go.
Feels like a wooden wall made to look like a dungeon wall.
These walls are made of wood. You broke the one before, yes?
Yeah, but guess I'm just worried about traps on the other side.
That is very smart. You are like Quinn. Quinn would be proud.
And I start walking forward.
Yeah, obviously, like any taking note of any traps that we discovered earlier.
Over here, there's nothing. The next
Guess what
hallway
I found?
features
A hallway.
3 doors.
Found a hallway. Good job. This one is a very long hallway. It's a good hallway. Leads to many places. That last hallway was pathetic. All right. Where were we? Were
Here, hand me your bag of sand.
here.
And I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but yeah, I toss a handful of sand down the hallway.
All right.
Just to show solidarity in the sand throwing.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Well,
It might be your imagination, but you have a feeling that there is a bit of a path almost towards the second door, looking from where you are right now.
that door on the right. I think I saw some of the grains of sand kind of bounce under it. Maybe there's something over there.
We should check. There might be frogs behind that door.
Did you hear any ribbits?
I have not been listening for ribbits. I will listen from now on.
That's the sound that frogs make.
They also hop.
They hop.
Yes.
We know a lot about frogs.
We are very suited for this task.
Yes. Okay, and then I make my way down to that door. Yeah, and I think at this point, Scrappy is feeling very confident in himself. That he has found the path, the one true path, and he just grabs the handle and starts to open the door.
Noted. The hallway behind it is rather long and ends with another door at the end.
Remember, if
See?
you need to, you can get big. One time.
I don't know why I would forget that, but yes, I know.
Yes, it's part of who I am. You know?
I am still
Yeah.
helping.
So, So while looking for anything suspicious, I continue on down this hallway.
I follow
All
him.
right. The hallway itself seems perfectly fine.
Okay.
We have wound
Hey, you
through
wanna
many
try-
hallways. I will try this
You
one.
want to? Yeah, you want to try knocking on it?
4 times.
4 times as well?
Yes, and I listen for rivets.
All right. Give me a perception check.
I'm very, very good at these. Oh, I actually am. I got a 18.
Wow, there's no response though.
I hear no ribbits. I will open the door and check.
And I open the door. Looks
Remember
right.
that you can smell frogs too.
I smell statues.
So the smell of rock soup, perchance.
Smell gold.
This whole place is made of wood, and we are looking for a statue. Unless the statue is made of wood. But
Maybe it's a wood statue painted gold.
As you open up the door, there's a bit of a room behind it. And in the room, there's a pedestal. On the pedestal, it seems like there is a golden figurine of a frog.
Found it. We're done. We win.
Do we have to bring it back?
Is there anything perchance suspicious about this pedestal?
Why, of course not. What do you want to know? What's your question?
By any chance, does it look like it's sitting on a platform that can detect weight?
We found the frog. There is no problem.
And I grab the frog.
You grab it?
You grab it? Wait,
Great.
Sal!
We have been seeking a frog this entire time.
I try to stop him, but I don't know if I have any chance to.
You can roll opposing if you want it, if you're going to allow it, Sal.
Let's roll opposing. I'm gonna try to stop him.
Okay.
That's dexterity.
What are we rolling?
This is a
Dexterity?
quick
Okay.
reaction.
Oh,
yeah.
I have very little dexterity, so.
Oh, net 20.
You are so lucky. I got a 19.
Oh, it's not
Okay.
working.
So you're holding him.
Okay.
Now, Scrappy, your question
Yes.
was, is there anything suspicious about this platform, like, weight detection or whatever? Now, you're not magically inclined, but I will allow you to give me a investigation check on that.
Okay. 4.
No. This is perfectly safe. There's nothing wrong with this.
If we bring this back, we get 2 tokens, yes?
I think I saw this in a play once. What if when you pick it up, put the sand on the thing at the same time that you
I
pick
threw
it
the
up?
sand in the hallway. It's all in the hallway.
All of it?
Most of it.
Okay, well, never mind that plan then.
Do we have anything else? I have a small crystal.
But we've got plenty of stuff. I've got like a hand axe I could leave. I don't know.
I have a 1 ounce
Probably about the same
bottle
weight,
of
right?
ink.
Yeah, I'll just I pull one of the hand axes off of my belt.
Yep.
And I very, very cautiously try to grab the frog and put the hand axe on the pedestal at the same time.
Give me a dexterity check.
Yeah, okay. Pretty sure I saw this in a play. That's a 7.
Okay. So, good news. You managed to get the golden frog statue.
Well,
And
And as you do,
Oh.
the door slams shut behind you,
mhm.
and a light starts to shine around the room. You
I
hear
guess that means we win.
that the music stops, and then the music starts.
We are successful
You have
with our
one
frog.
You have 1 minute to escape. Good luck.
The wall, the wall that the walls of this room, is that plywood that looks like dungeon stone? Is it?
It looks like the walls of the other rooms as well. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should get out of here. And
When
I
in
pick up
doubt,
my
smash
hammer
it
and
down.
I hit the wall.
Give me a damage roll.
I'm on the wrong screen. Okay. 2d6 plus 3. Okay. 7 damage.
Which wall are you hitting?
The one that I'm standing next to.
the
Yeah,
exterior
you
wall, I
got 2
think.
walls.
Huh?
The exterior wall.
Oh, exterior. Yes.
All right. Doesn't budge at all.
I think the walls around this are a little better built than the walls inside. I guess we have to run back to the start.
I will try something. Do not stand in front of me.
And I'm going to use my acid breath as a.
No, I was aiming at the door.
Oh, you were aiming at the door.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm aiming at the door. Acid breath attack.
You just stand in front of your acid breath.
Okay. Are you aiming for the door or the lock?
I'm aiming for the door, like just the whole door. I just want to hit. It's a 30-foot line, so just
Yep.
like it's just like.
You'll hit the door with that. So
Okay.
give me a damage attack.
So it's
Like a damage roll.
2d10, and this is acid damage.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that is that. Wait, 2d10. Okay, yeah. So I got a 1 and a 3. That's 4 damage. Acid.
The door gets eaten a bit, but it's still firmly standing. Both of you get
then-
one more attempt to do something.
I think I should
the
try
time
to
up.
get the. Oh,
Hit
time will
something.
be up.
Hit something.
Yeah, you got 1 minute.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I'm already great. I'm already giving you grace seconds.
Okay. I'm thinking.
Just hit
too
something.
much right now.
Hit anything. Hit.
I'm gonna hit something. All right. In this room, I could hit the door, I could hit the interior wall, or I could hit the exterior wall. So let's
Door.
just leave up the chance. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
What do I roll?
What are you
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna go hit the door. I'm gonna go hit the door.
Okay. That was
what
done
damage?
4 damage already.
Yeah.
Yep.
9 damage.
Oh, it's still standing.
Oh,
All right, I get to do. Do I get to do one more thing? You said one more action.
You get
for
to do
both?
one more thing,
All right,
sir. Yeah.
I'm going to try to push him out of the way and vomit on the door again. Acid,
Sure.
I got 2 more uses of this acid breath weapon. All right, 2d10. Here we go. Oh boy, if I can find my where the hell they go? I just used them. There we. Oh, whatever. Ah, there we go. Okay. 6 + 4, 10.
10 points. All right. The door breaks and it opens.
All right, run! I have the frog. Or no, you have the frog. You have the frog. Run! We're gonna
so
book
holding
it.
holding this frog in one arm and my hammer in the other, I just dash out of this place as quickly
Book
as
it out of
possible,
there.
trying to remember where the traps are as we go.
All right. Where are those traps?
Oh my gosh.
There is the one in the middle of your head.
Okay.
Running.
There was one. I'm going to stand there, but I believe there was one right about here that we had noted from inside.
Yes.
And then I believe there was another one around here somewhere. Wait, was there?
It
Oh yeah,
was
there was the that was
between us and the
chest
tiny
tie.
hallway.
This was the chest tie tripwire.
All right. How high was the other one that you just passed by?
Did we ever discuss that? I thought we just walked past
I
it
don't-
before.
I don't think we discussed.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what do you do? Do you crawl? Do you jump? What do you do?
I think I go. You mean the one that's over here where I'm standing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we passed it before, you said he noted where it was. Did we know anything else about it? Did we know its height?
I told you all you needed to know about the trap.
So you
I
told
think
us the
that-
chest high one. I don't recall this one being discussed when we were throwing sand.
I told you all you need to know.
I jump over it.
Right.
Yep.
As you jump over it, you curiously notice that there is not even a trap over there. You
That's what I was
might
gonna say.
have
I
finished-
don't remember. God damn it!
There you go. I jump as high as I can, you know.
Never trust
I was
Papa.
like, love it. Scrappy would absolutely.
But this one was chest height. Yes, correct.
Yes.
I just dive under it and just follow him.
Watch your footing on the sand.
Yeah, and then I believe over here there was the ankle high one, but we're not going to go that way. We're going to go this way, and that's that.
All right.
Hopefully, we made it in time.
You two book it outside and stand in front of the extreme dungeon crawler with a golden statue in hand. And as you run outside, Atribus looks at the two of you and he says, "Well, wasn't that fun? How did you enjoy yourselves?"
I didn't expect it to be fun, but yeah, pretty fun, right, Sal?
I lost my
how's
sand.
how's your esophagus? You all right?
I lost my sand, and I have gotten sick in the room. The room that holds the frog may need some cleaning.
We'll find you some more sand. I bet there's some around here somewhere. Maybe some dirt, just temporarily.
I apologize, dwarfen friend, for the mess in the room.
Atribus approaches you and he says, "Now, you did find the golden frog, but unfortunately I understood that some damages have also been done to the ride. Am I correct?"
You
I
locked
believe
us
we
in a
discussed
room.
any agreement about damages, but yes.
Yes. Now, ingenuity is a quality of a good dungeoneer. However, we do need to account for those damages. I will give you your tokens back because you did win. However, as payment for the damages done, I will not issue you any winnings.
We will not.
I don't know if that seems particularly fair, considering we never discussed the provision of not damaging the ride.
We were locked in a room at the end of a hallway with a frog. What were we supposed to do?
You were supposed to find the secret lever that would lead you outside.
There
I
was no.
looked up and down that room. There was no secret lever at all. And believe me, I'm very good at this. Almost as good as Quinn.
He just grins at you as a skeleton should.
I found your lever. I would break it next time.
I offer you your tokens in exchange. It is better than nothing, yes.
I'm beginning to think that this isn't the most fair of carnivals. I'm going to leave you a bad review on the message board in town.
On Delp.
I'm thinking of a D&D version of Yelp.
Delp. Dungeon Yelp. I don't know. Anyway.
I will go find some sand. Damn it, scraps. I believe these are yours.
And I give him the token that Atreus gave to me.
Now,
Well, you gave
there
me.
are more games to play. There are more rides to discover. You haven't seen the rides yet, have you?
I see a big wheel over there. Is that a ride?
That is one of them. Would you like to see?
We only have 2 coins. If we spend them, we need.
We have 2 each, Sal. It's all right.
I was gonna say
Yes.
you have 4. Yeah.
Yes, we have 2 each, but we do things together.
We're just here for a good time, right? I mean, we don't
We're
need to stay
friends.
here all night. Maybe we go on a ride,
True.
and see Jack, and call it a night.
I like this
What do you
plan.
think?
I like this plan. Which ride do you like best?
I'm gonna give you a pick.
Follow me and choose for yourself. And he rides the big bike with the big wheel in front of the small wheel in the back in front of you as he drives to the second part of the carnival where there are a couple of rides scattered about. He joyfully points to the various rides that are around here and he says, "These rides all pertain to the senses. Over there we have the spooky cart ride. If that is not your taste, we have the pirate ship, perhaps the Ferris wheel. Finally, perhaps the carousel would suit your taste. What
May I-
sounds interesting to you?"
May I ask, when he pulled out the tokens to give back to us, where did he pull them out from?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
His breast pocket.
On his jacket?
Yeah.
Okay. Sal, these rides look like a lot of fun, but to be honest, I'm getting a little bit cold.
You're cold?
Yeah, it's not like I grew up in the mountains or anything. It's getting a little bit chilly out here, don't you think?
It is. Yes, it is chilly. It is very cold, skeleton man.
Atropus, that jacket you have, would you mind if I just borrowed it for the evening?
The jacket is part of my attire, and if I remove it, I might scare the other guests.
Think
Surely
just
you
be
understand.
returning to your natural form, if anything.
You
Plus,
are.
I'm rather chilly.
You are here to serve us in the world of entertainment and pleasure. Something. What was?
I'm
The
happy
magical
to,
world of entertainment. And he lifts his top hat for you.
I'm happy to go on one of these rides, but I just don't think I can do it, so exposed.
Would you?
Because
come-
you are cold, yes, Master Halfling.
Cold. This is correct. Yes.
Well, then by all means, let me help you. And he reaches for his jacket and adjusts it, then lifts his top hat off of his hat and pulls out a blanket for you.
You
Well, that's
keep blankets in your hat.
Quite a trick. I'm just not really sure this is my color.
Are you sure? Perhaps it would be fitting in another color. And he flips the blanket that he's holding, and suddenly it's another color. It seems magical in nature. This is the cape of many fashions. And by the way, that's actually a D&D item.
I love it.
Would you mind making it like a brownish green? That's kind of my wheelhouse.
But of course. And he flips it again, and as it billows, it turns into like this mossy green brownish color.
I take it from him and wrap it around me. Kind of look at Sal.
You can, if you want, you can add the cape of many colors to your inventory.
Sure, yeah. I was like, I kind
it.
of look at Sal and I'm like, not what I had planned, but at least I got something out of this exchange.
Are you feeling warmer, my friend?
A little too warm, if I'm being honest. I try to say that part under my breath.
Sure.
Cape of what now?
Many fashions.
The cape of many fashions.
Love it. Okay.
Yep. It's a cape with the sole purpose that it can change you to any color and or pattern. Like, that's the only thing it can do. There's only one cape in D&D that is like worse in terms of like, wow, that's not useful. It's the cape of billowing, which quite literally, as in, I believe a bonus action or an action, you can make the cape billow intimidatingly. It doesn't give you any bonus whatsoever. It just looks cool. That's the only thing the cape does.
It's great because if you're sitting in an auditorium, you can piss off the person behind you.
True.
All right, so I'm wearing a brownish green cape now.
Cool. I'm not sure if the cape of many fashions can also change shape, but just for the heck of it, we'll allow it to be like perfectly fitting for a halfling.
Love it.
The handkerchief of many fashions.
Okay. Which ride should we go on, Sal?
What does the pirate ship do, Atreus?
Follow me. And he rolls over to the pirate ship. Now, at the pirate ship, there is a rather salty-looking individual standing right in front of it. Middle-aged pirate, if you will, is wearing a cheap costume. And he points his scimitar, which honestly looks like it's made of wood, towards you. He introduces himself as Captain Scrog, and he appears to be inviting you aboard his ship, the Mirabelle, a noble vessel that has met a most unfortunate end. Meanwhile, he keeps adding the most commonly known piratey phrases, remarking the fact that back in his day, the youngsters used to look tougher than you. Fasten your seatbelts, you lousy scallywags. I want no more accidents aboard me ship.
I do not know what a scallywag is, but I do not wish to be called this.
Yeah.
Atreus looks at the both of you and he says, "Oh, it's just part of the entertainment."
Scraps, maybe we can get a good look at this place from the top of that big wheel.
I think that's another ride, buddy.
I would like to go on the big wheel, Atreus.
Okay. We'll go on the big wheel.
So Atreus moves over, and as he does, you notice that in front of this really, 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 really big wheel, there's a little tiny, well, I'm not going to say what I just wanted to say.
I missed that. I feel bad now.
Size doesn't always matter. In front of the Ferris wheel, there's this very, very tiny, fluttering creature that is floating like around. And as you approach, she floats towards you, and she smiles warmly at you. It seems to be a fairy. And she looks at the two of you, and she says, "Hello, welcome to my wheel, the fairy's wheel. Anything I can help you with? Any way that I can persuade you to join and get on the Ferris wheel? It's nice, I assure you."
The fairy's wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You are a fairy?
What do you
I thought
think,
you are
Sal?
a bug.
Well, how dare you, good sir? I am a fairy, and I will let you know that I am a creature in my own rights. You must be... Are you a dragon?
No.
Oh. Well, anyways, would you like to come onto my Ferris wheel? It's nice. You get to see a lot of the surroundings.
That sounds pretty good, Sal. What do you
Yes.
say?
We are looking to get a better view of this place.
Well, you get no better view of this place than through my Ferris wheel.
I think
Sure.
that sounds good enough to me. What do you think, Sal? Let's
Sure.
check this
And
out.
it costs a coin, yes?
Yes, you can pay to Atribus.
Just one token for the two of us, right? We're going to share a cart.
She looks over at Atribus, and Atribus looks at the two of you, and he says, well...
We will share a cart. He can sit on my lap if need be.
Atribus goes limp for a second. And after a couple of seconds, he regains his composure, as much as a skeleton can do, and he looks at the two of you and he says, unfortunately, this is a token each, but it is worth your while.
Sounds not ominous at all.
Then he will not be sitting on my lap.
I mean, I still can.
He still can. I try to say frustratedly at Atribus.
Which, you like the color green, yes, Scraps? All of these have different...
Can we see the colors in the carts?
The thing is moving as you were talking, so yeah.
You want the green cart?
Take the green one. Let's take the green one, yeah.
Let's take the green cart.
Sure.
I hand over one of the coins.
Thank you.
And
And you, Master Halfling, you want to join in the green cart as well.
I would love to. And I just start moving toward the cart.
As the cart lowers, gets to the ground, it stops briefly, and the two of you can get on for the price of 2 tokens, which have now been deducted. As the Ferris wheel slowly starts moving again upward, you get a grand view of both the forest that is surrounding you, as well as the fairground itself. You will have quite a bit of time to yourselves, but before you do, you suddenly notice a voice behind you. Let me just quickly drag the two of you on there for the heck of it.
Mm-hmm.
As you're going upwards, suddenly you hear a voice behind you, and as the two of you look sort of like in between you, behind you, there's this very odd-looking, creepy dwarf sitting in between you. And he sounds old and positively drunk. And he looks at the two of you and he says, hey, listen to me, lads. This is the only place we can speak safely. Something's wrong with this carnival. Inexplicable things are happening. Yes.
No.
It's inexplicable things are happening. And I'm not talking about mere tricks here. This just has to be magic. Right? There must be magic involved in this. I want no part in it, lads. I'm getting out of here. Here, you have my token. You should do the same. Don't say I didn't warn you. And he hands you one of his tokens. Do you take it?
How many tokens do you have, friend?
Just one.
You will never be able to return. And you
I
cannot see
don't
Jack.
I don't want to return. This place is haunted.
You sound
There's no
old
such-
and positively drunk.
And the beer is terrible.
It was different, that's for sure.
I have not seen any beer that we can drink other than in the challenge. Did you do the kobold or kohom?
Yes, and it was terrible. You know, bad.
Oh,
If he
fortunately
doesn't
for
want
you,
to-
there's no such thing as hauntings.
Not even goodwill. Goodwill hunting. Never mind.
We found a frog earlier at the end of a long hallway. There was nothing magical about it. Wait, the skeleton man seems to have tricks up his bones.
Oh, just listen to me, lad. Take my coin and I'll move. Like, if you don't want it, I'll just toss it. But take it, please.
Do not toss
Offers
your
it to you
coin.
once more.
I will take your coin.
Do you take it?
Yes, I take it.
All right. Noted. You have an extra coin. As the Ferris wheel starts to lower down, is there anything you guys want to discuss amongst yourselves? Because you have a bit of time to yourselves now.
I would talk about many things with you, Scraps, but this old and drunk man is here.
Let's see if we can get a better look of the
Yes.
the big top
We're,
show.
gonna, we're both going to crowd over to the edge so we can see the carnival.
Yeah.
Sure. So the rest of the carnival, like, it's rather busy here. Like, you know, the map doesn't really reflect that because I haven't put a bazillion tokens down. But it's rather crowdy. There's like a lot of people that are like looking at the karaoke show. There's a couple people going in and out of tents. The large tent does get quite a crowd that is going in and out. It seems that there is quite a bit going on there. You can't really look inside, but apparently it's really good. The rides down here do get traffic as well, not as much as the middle area. It seems that other people are following the same logic that you guys do, where, you know, if you can win a token by gambling a token, it's better than just spending a token. All in all, it seems that the fairground is doing rather well, and perhaps the thought might occur to you that it's interesting that they're all doing this based on, well, not on coin at the very least, but on tokens.
I wonder how this place turns a profit. We did not pay to get in here, did we?
That's true.
So,
Maybe.
I think I have a plan, Scraps. You want the candy that tastes like rocks, yes?
I long for it.
Yes. Here.
I give him the coin that the other guy gave me. I say,
All right.
or the coin that he gave me before. So I'm holding the coin that the dwarf gave me.
Are you?
You still, like, including the one that the dwarf just gave you, you only have 3 left.
Right. So I'm gonna give him the one that he gave me before, and
No,
I'll
I
say,
had 2 and you have 1.
So, you take one of these coins and you see the show, you do something that you enjoy. And then the other, you get your rock candy. And I will see Jack of Tears.
You sure I don't want me to go with you to go see Jack?
Do you want to see the show? Do you want to do something? I don't want to.
Of course. We came here to get our mind off of things, but I thought we were going to do it together.
I need to see this Jack, and I don't want to make you waste yours.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll go get the rock candy. We'll share it, and then we'll go see Jack.
I do not like the flavors of rocks.
Well, it'll taste like whatever you want it to taste like. What's a dish that you love back home?
I cannot think of anything but frogs.
Frogs, then. Tastes like frog, and better than the golden frog. Tastes like a real frog.
That would be unpleasant, but nice.
Well, yeah. Let's go get some of that cotton candy, candy string.
As
Whatever
the
they
cart
call it.
as the cart returns to the ground, Atribus looks at you and he says, "I hope that was marvelous in this wonderful world of entertainment." And he lifts his top hat.
Beautiful view.
I'm
up
gonna look
there.
around. Where did the dwarf leave in the same way that we did?
He left the cart as well, and he basically made a well, not a run for it, but he walked off towards the general like tent area. And as it is busy, he lost him in the crowd.
Okay.
I think we are going to go get the rock floss, Atribus.
Wonderful. You know where to go. I will be at the bonfire if you need me.
All right.
Your fairy's wheel is very tall and round.
And I walk away.
I get that a lot.
No, I'm talking to the fairy.
Oh. The fairy grins at you and basically says the same thing.
As we're walking over, Scrappy is just like rubbing his hands together, like so excited about this candy floss.
Of all the
Well,
things.
sir of medium stature, we have returned for the the candy floss.
Ah, yes. The one that tastes of home. Or not home, and anything in between. It'll be 1 token for 10 pieces of candy floss.
10 pieces. Oh, that's a pretty good deal, actually. I pull out the token that we got from the dwarf, and I put it on the table.
He takes it and to you gives you a little wooden tub with 10 pieces of candy floss in there. Enjoy. Don't eat it all at once.
Well,
You are not my
you wanna-
father.
Correct.
yeah, you're not our dad. And then I hand Sal one of the candies. Well,
Tastes like frogs. I should have thought of cooked frogs.
here, take another. And I hand him another. Just take us cooked frogs now.
Frog legs. There we go. What do we do?
And Scrappy puts one in his mouth, and you just see him like close his eyes and just be like, it's the best thing he's tasted in years. Rock stew.
It quite literally tastes like what you just described. Like it's the rock stew from home, like the way that Mama used to make it.
All right, savor these, my friend. You keep the rest. They seem to make you feel very, very pleasant. Very humble.
If nothing else, this was worth the trip. But yeah, how does this place make money?
This has been a very good diversion. Let us speak with Atribus.
All right.
Maybe Jack will know more.
Atribus is entertaining some guests over at the bonfire as you return. He immediately turns to you and lifts his top hat and he says, I hope you are enjoying your time at the magical world of entertainment.
Oh, I had mixed feelings about it, but now that I've had that rock soup candy, I'm glad we came.
Atribus.
Well, I'm glad.
Do other guests have a host as thin as you?
Whenever it is their first time to our carnival, we generally assign a steward to show them around the grounds. I am yours for the day.
I'm going to look a little more closely at the people around us. Do they look just like happy-go-lucky people at a carnival?
Pretty much.
I think we are ready to speak with Jack.
Perhaps one of the most interesting things we have at the carnival, our owner, Jack of Tears, famed fortune teller of old, who has an answer for everything. Your admittance will cost you 1 token, and do mind that once you have visited Jack, you will have to leave our fairgrounds. Is that what you truly wish?
What do you think, Sal?
If he can give me the answers that I seek, I will not need to come back to this place.
All right. I'm with you.
All right. Follow me, he says. And he bikes over to the side of the stage where karaoke is performed, to a rather large red tent. And he opens up the flap of the tent and holds out his bony hand and says, "Your tokens, please."
I'm going to stare at the token a little bit and just...
If you give this to him, you may never return for this candy that delights you so. Are you sure you want to do this? Perhaps.
Got like 7 left. Yeah, let's go.
I love that. I love it. I love Scrap so much.
He's so happy-go-lucky.
Yeah. I got like 7 left. What are you talking about?
All right, so you both give your token?
Yes.
Yep. I pull it out, and I put one of the candies into his hand. A little tip for your services.
Why, thank you. I always do love grandmother's apple pie. Thank you.
Sounds
And I hope
awful.
you enjoyed your time in the wonderful world of entertainment. Please go and say hi to Jack for me. And he opens up the tent for you to go in.
After you, Sal.
Steal myself and walk through the flap.
I follow him in.
So both of you walk into the tent. You notice that the area in the tent looks much larger than what you initially would have thought. Very spacious and it's very beautiful inside. Sure enough, in the middle of the tent, there is one silhouette of a person sitting there. Behind a table is a man dressed rather splendidly, with a beautiful hat adorned with feathers, and a gloved hand holding some cards and a couple of beautiful jewels adorning that hand. His face is masked, though his eyes that are poking through are looking to you. And you get a profound sense of both joy and dread as you look at him. This must be the Jack of Tears. As he looks at you, he says, "Please come into my tent. You have sampled my carnival, and now have come to the end of the ride. You have paid your token to hear one truth, one answer, one point of note about your life, of that of someone else. I know all. I have answers for all you seek. What can Jack help you with?" And he points towards 2 chairs in front of his table.
I will sit down graciously. Sort of.
I
Yes.
understand you have question.
Scrappy sits down next to Sal, looks at Jack. You know, I've got answers too, but they're not always right.
I hold up the broken.
Anyway.
Sorry. That was
Okay.
great. I hold up the broken periapt.
I have lost the connection to my master, the Luminary. If you truly know all, how can I regain my master's grace?
That is a true question. Is that truly what you wish an answer for?
I look to Scraps.
Scraps nods.
Yes, it is my question.
So is your choice. The Luminary was a vessel for a powerful patron that guarded you and gave you access to powerful magics in your time. But now, in your previous endeavor through rigid winters, the periapt was broken, and you fear that your patron has abandoned you in favor of someone else. Your periapt, though broken, still holds a connection to your master. The periapt can be mended if you know how. Seek out an artificer with a skill in glass blowing. He will mend the periapt for you. Put a stopper in it made of crystal, and the periapt will grow and glow once more. Does this satisfy your curiosity?
An artificer with control of glass and a stopper of crystal, and that will reconnect me with my master, the luminary.
So is my answer.
I will seek this out at once. Thank you, Jack.
Jack slowly turns his gaze to Scrappy and says, "And what of you, Master Halfling?"
Scrappy takes a piece of candy out of his little tub and puts it in his mouth. He closes his eyes once again, just enjoys it for a moment. So how's the stuff work? Like, it just tastes so good.
That is a true question. Do you wish an answer for this?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do my thing. I gotta come up with something better. You got any suggestions, Sal? I don't know what to ask.
Have you any family or someone close to you have lost in your life?
You know that I do. I don't have any real family anymore, but that
Anyone you
friends.
seek?
Quinn, Rocket,
Do you think?
the rest.
Do you think?
Good job, actually, by the way. Good
I
name.
miss them.
Do you think his answer can bring them back?
I don't think he can bring him back. Nobody can bring him back, but
Do you think he knows
are
of
we
someone who
always gonna
could?
miss them? Maybe that. I don't know. So maybe we need to just move on, but like, how do we move on?
That might
What do
be
you
a
think I
good
should ask,
question.
Sal?
How do we move on?
All right, Mr. Jack. Look, it's been a rough few days. I haven't found my answer at the bottom of a bottle. I haven't found my answer eating this rock candy, even. So my question for you, Mr. Jack. With all this pain and anger inside of me, inside of both of us, how do we move on?
That is a true question. Do you wish an answer for this?
Final answer. Question.
This is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Sorry.
I don't know that reference.
A, no, B. Final answer. C. Sorry. Anyway, go on.
To move on beyond what one has accomplished, one requires more than bravoure and bravery. For when one loses things, one also acquires things. Such is the experience of life. You, Master Halfling, have paid much in ways of tribute of life, blood, kinship, and friendship. You came from little means, and you have grown into something substantial. As such, I can offer you nothing but guidance in the way that you should move on from what has happened and believe in your strength. For you did do things, but you have accomplished them. You are still standing here, are you not?
Sitting right now.
Believe.
Yeah.
I don't think he can
Believe in
tell.
oneself, and you shall win. Trust in yourself, and you shall overcome. And trust in those near to you, and together you will achieve and conquer.
Scraps looks over at Sal. See, I told you not everybody has all the answers.
I believe you are correct in this, Scraps. But they do have some answers. Thank you for bringing me here today, Scraps. And I know this has not been easy for you as well. I have been mourning the loss of something I might be able to return, but you have been mourning as well. We'll try to be a better friend to you.
Sal, you may have lost your tenacity, but you didn't lose my friendship. I got you.
We have each other.
Hey, Jack, how does this place make money?
You have asked your question,
Oh man.
and now is the time to leave.
All right.
What is the food that you would eat if you put the candy in your mouth?
He slowly lifts his gloved hand and points towards the exit of his tent. Now is the time to leave.
If one of us always tells the truth and the other one always
I had frogs earlier and I was disappointed.
As we're leaving, we're just grumbling.
It's perfect.
Yeah, so we leave through the just over here, just the flap.
Yes.
I take one last look around in this tent before we leave and try to savor the moment.
As the two of you exit the tent, you see a thin mist lingering in the vicinity, obscuring your vision just outside the tent. Having taken a couple of uncertain steps towards it, the mist slowly fades and you find yourself in the woods once again, looking at each other. Familiar faces, at least. The cool breeze of the night and the sight of clear skies come as a refreshing change after the crowded interior of the carnival. Having taken a moment to enjoy the silence, a most curious feeling occurs to you. You come to ask yourself, is it a bit too silent out here? Is it not? With a raised eyebrow, you turn to glance over your shoulder, only to see that the carnival is nowhere to be found. The tents, the wagons, the music, the people, everything has vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but you, each other, and the natural landscape. On top of it all, the land appears to be intact, as if the carnival was never here to begin with. Both of you look... Sorry, go ahead.
I feel around my pockets to see if I still have the candy.
You do. Well, the two of you look at each other and you feel for your candy, and you kind of struggle to find answers for this inexplicable turn of events. You look at each other and suddenly a shiver runs down your spine. For the both of you, your chest feels heavy. And as the voices become more and more distant around you, you search deep within yourself in order to understand what is happening to you. And with horror, you realize with certainty that you have left a very vital part of yourself back in that carnival. Maybe the most defining part of all, your very core. The Carnival of Tears thanks you for your contribution. Your soul will be well used in the future. And of course, while you will never see the Carnival of Tears again, surely others will enjoy it as they visit the magical world of entertainment. And that concludes the Carnival of Tears.
Amazing.
I feel like that candy gave me indigestion.
You know, at least I got candy. It's not lost my soul.
At least you got chicken.
At least I got chicken.
That was really cool.
There you have it. That was the Carnival of Tears. I hope you guys
Love
enjoyed it.
Love it. Amazing.
I'm still kind of processing that. Oh man. I'm still not super used to one shots because like I want to know how these characters' stories go on, you know? It just but I
think
really
Scrappy
good.
and Sal try to go find their souls. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, we have a new quest now. Yeah,
I don't know if that's a thing that can happen, but
My soul does not belong in the carnival. It belongs to the luminary.
belongs in a museum.
It's in a museum. Top men. We're looking at it. Top men. Oh, okay. That was really cool and kind of creepy.
Kind of, right?
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if we left with a token. Would we still have
So-
our souls removed?
I can tell you, yeah. So indeed, the token wasn't free. The token is indeed a representation of your soul. And if you would have left with at least one token on your person, it would have been just one token, and you would have still retained your soul, indeed. But spending the one token you have is basically giving away your soul to the devil, because Jack of Tears is a cambion that is working for the devil himself, and he collects souls.
I have a
You
question,
sold your
though.
soul to the devil. Yes,
I signed the contract, Pappy McKnucklebrain.
doesn't matter. You have used your own hand to sign the
All
contract.
right, fair enough, fair enough. I was like, maybe I found a cheat code.
The sad part
Nope.
of all this also though is that not only did we lose our souls, we also lost the drunken dwarf's soul by spending his.
Oh, that's
Yes.
We took his soul.
Yeah.
Although he was just gonna
That's
throw it
pretty
away.
evil shit.
But yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to add insult to injury, but if you would have refused his token, he would have left with the soul intact. So you have robbed him of his soul as well. Yes.
Yes, but we got some candy in the process.
We need some necromantic stuff tonight. Traded a
These are
man's
got
soul
candy.
for candy. Yeah.
If I can fix the luminary, I will hunt them down and take all of their frogs.
That was awesome.
Oh. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, guys. Amazing roleplay, amazing story, great backstories to work with. By the way, like, thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was a good story. This was
Thank
great.
you for
It really
thank you
was.
for having me, guys. This was like so much fun.
Thank you for being here
Absolutely.
and
Thank you.
welcome to the team.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
more
yes,
adventures to come.
Very cool.
The dog.
So looking,
Joel, the doggy's name is Scout.
That is Scout.
Yes.
He is the Gilded Flask familiar. Jed's
He's
familiar.
my familiar. Yes,
And
correct.
So cool.
He's actually a miniature direwolf. Yes.
absolutely, yes, with the same statistics, of course.
Right.
So for the future, next week we won't have any stream, but the week after, we're getting very close to Halloween. Like, unfortunately, we don't really celebrate Halloween in the Netherlands. They should, though, because it's so much fun. But I think
holiday.
we're coming up to Halloween in about 2 weeks, right?
it's the end of
it's the end of October.
yeah, the end of October.
Oh, okay.
So October.
So
31st.
we're getting close to it. So fair enough. So in 2 weeks, we will be planning to do another one shot. We will let you know through our Discourse. If you want to know, join our Discourse. So we will let you know over there. I have a one shot in the works right now for that. We'll have to discuss if we're going to do that one or another one, but we will be back in about 2 weeks with another one shot. And as you know, we are still working on our next campaign. So if you want to know all the deets on that, join our Discord. But we will be back with a major campaign pretty soon.
It
that's
will be
all I
at
have to
least
share for
after
today, guys.
November, because November, Papa and I are both going out of the country for a little while.
Yes,
Our respective
that
countries.
is true. Our respective countries. Yes, we're going to be visiting a mutual friend.
Yes. It's gonna be awesome.
But we will let you know in time.
All right, I think that is all for us. We're gonna find somebody to raid, so please stick around. And if you are watching on YouTube or one of the podcast platforms, once again, thank you so much for being here, being part of this, and sharing the horrors and fantasies of the Carnival of Tears. Brought to us by our very own Papazillion, by the way. Alrighty, I think that's all for us. Any last words?
Thank you.
Bye.
If you're on YouTube, click all the socials and stuff, because that's something you need to say. So click all our socials and love us.
Links,
Click all the
likes,
stuff.
loves, and learns. Bye, everybody.